for generalized riddles. It's just -3.
Generalized? That's not bad. I didn't know about that one.
Riddles. Hit your riddles.
Oh, because that's the groin is -3 too. That makes sense.
Oh, well, who says that's fine? I'm gonna get the Enos.
Asshole shots.
Alright.
Now we'll work.
Okay, just talking? Just keep talking?
Fine.
Check,
Only
check,
because you asked me nicely.
check.
Okay, turn up just a little bit. That should be okay. Alright. Might take a while to stream in, but hopefully it'll work.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Hopefully now we will have audio. Yeah, so when we last left our fearless crew, you guys had come down out of that. Remember there was that broken pipe?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys had sort of slid down into this.
Oh,
into
some of
this-
us backflipped down.
Some ice, some flip, some.
Yeah, that's right.
Some of you did indeed, yes. Quote unquote, flip down. Okay, so basically the cave that you guys are currently in is sort of got stalagmites and stalactites coming up. You know, think of this as the ground and this is the ceiling, sort of in various places. As far as the eye can see, you can see what looks like to be like as you look through around the stalagmites and the stalactites. You can see that the air is sort of misty or like foggy, I guess.
Ice fog?
They're like ice fog, yeah. And so you can't really see that far, but you can tell as you look deeper in. The general color is like a dark blue, so it's kind of like sea ice or old ice. It seems like this area is either has been around for a really long time, is condensed into like a really, really hard old ice, or is water from somewhere else that's gotten into this area. And you can sort of vaguely see, like, again, as you're trying to look through, you can see there's a lot of snow like on the surface of the ice, and it's bumpy. It's not like, you know, straight. It's kind of corrugated or textured and chunky in various places, and you can sort of see even as close as you are. There's a little bit of like crosswinds that are blowing through from maybe other pipes somewhere else in the room that are blowing this snow drifts around, and you can see inside the ice there is like figures of maybe shadowy frozen beings or creatures or people, or you don't really know, you can't really see properly just from where you're standing, but there's definitely stuff frozen under the ice.
Ice vampires.
What's lighting this area?
What's lighting the area? You don't really know. Where you've come out, it seems like maybe there is there's a couple of stalactites. Those are in the ceiling. Yes, stalactites are in the ceiling. Some of the stalactites are glowing, so maybe they're like frozen over the top of some sort of air shaft or some sort of a hole to the outside, and they're kind of casting like beams of light down in various places down into the room. But a lot of the parts of the room, other than the fog, a lot of the parts of the room are quite dark as well. So.
And we are definitely in the ship still. We're not outside.
You don't know.
Mr. John, which email address did you send it to?
I haven't sent it yet.
Okay.
That's why I'm. No.
Okay,
So as I'm talking, I'm gonna be when I have like moments of lapse, I will send you information as I go. Because it's been like, oops, I'm sorry.
I got it.
I got it.
Didn't mean to kick you.
Next, I thought you sent it and I didn't, like, it just wasn't showing up.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Did you?
There were 2 other ones on the table.
Can you see if the audio's coming through now, Jim? Just so I know for sure. I would like to know that it's not. La 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 la.
There should be a couple seconds of latency, so if it's...
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So you guys are in that area, like I said, and I sort of described. Yeah.
Can I use survival to see if we're outside?
You can use. Yeah, you can use survival.
Nope.
You're like, yes, we are outside.
We're outside.
You're like, damn, we're not in the ship anymore, bros.
How do we get out of there?
Mad bros.
Never been out of the ship.
UK. Every single time I pick up, it just hangs up on me, so I don't know.
Is it your mom?
Yeah, it's my mom.
You always said UK.
Yeah, I know. But she's not in the UK, so
Where is she?
she lives just up the road here.
Really?
Alright.
When did that happen?
She's always lived up the road. It's alright, don't
We're
worry.
terrible friends.
Yeah, you are pretty bad. So yeah, so you believe you're outside.
Alright.
I mean, you might be. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You may or may not be. You believe you are. That's for sure. You're just like, we're outside, bros. It smells very. It doesn't smell like the ship. I'll tell you that. It doesn't smell. You're used to like all of the trees and all of the plants. All have like a, especially to you, they have like an oily smell. Like they smell like they've come out of a machine, and so everything is sort of tainted with that smell of
Machinery.
ship. Of like gross old gasoline oil, but down here, for whatever, even when you were upstairs in the other parts of the cathedral, it had that same smell. Less so, but now it's like none. It smells very clean and crisp and like refreshing, I guess. It's very cold, so if anyone who is wearing like sort of, gear. Who is wearing cold weather gear? I'm trying to remember who is.
I think gave him back his clothes.
Yeah. And I'm wearing like 11 layers now.
Yeah, so you're warm, super
Yeah.
cozy, and yes, you weren't going to give your cloak to anyone because you were being a dick. This is what
No, he gave the cloak
No, he gave
back.
the cloak back.
I had given it to him when he was covered in seawater.
Right. So what? So who's wearing the boots? You're wearing the boots
I'm
as
wearing
well.
the boots.
So you're wearing the boots. So the boots give you +1 to your dexterity when you're moving around this area. Well, not +1. Sorry, everyone else has -1 to their dexterity when they're moving around. That makes more sense because it's just a little bit slippery, and your feet, and you'll burn through fatigue a little bit faster down here. Not an appreciable amount, but if you start running around or exerting yourself, then it'll drain much faster. If you call out or you make any noise, there's a bit of echo. I mean, you're not obviously yelling and screaming, but any noises that you make, you take your sword out or you put your sword back in, the noise that it makes going in and out of the sheath it's sort of got a bit of like a sustain to it, I guess, the easiest way to put it.
Shall we venture onward, chums?
Sounds like a plan.
I'll take point and we'll just walk straight
So you're just gonna walk
straight down the middle.
straight
right?
down the middle? Yeah, so
Any tracks or anything?
if you want to, you can kind of try to move just on the ice, which won't leave footprints. But
I'm just trying to see if there's any tracks.
oh, sorry, you're looking for tracks. There are no tracks. It looks like you guys are the first people down here in years. It seems very untouched and very, yeah. As you start heading sort of through like deeper into the room, you can smell wood smoke.
I'm gonna just shadow behind these guys.
Okay. If you roll stealth, then you can be
Or shadow?
more hidden. Shadowing is if you're like following someone and you don't want them to see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Very much so. Make it by 5.
Perfect. So yeah, so you're basically completely hidden. You can hide behind them, and you can move from like whenever it's like various stalagmites. You can kind of stay behind them as well. There are plenty of areas of shadow. The stalactites that are sort of casting the spotlights down are few and far between. So most of the area is quite dimly lit, and because of the fog as well, it's very difficult to see. So you're on top of your success. You get like everyone has like a massive penalty to see everyone anyway, so you're pretty much invisible.
Sweet.
Yeah. So how are you? Are you trying to walk in? You're just walking in the general.
I'm just
Okay.
walking kinda
Okay. So
straight.
as you keep walking, like I said, the smell of wood smoke gets stronger in your noses, and it almost smells like acrid and oily. And then as you keep on walking, it starts to dissipate slightly, and it's sort of you would estimate that maybe the smell is coming like from somewhere over on the left as you're walking this way. So it sort of gets really strong, and then it starts to dissipate again.
You guys want to go check that out?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Let's be super quiet though.
I inspire myself.
Okay.
I failed my stealth roll.
I'm super quiet.
Do you have like that skill, super quiet skill? Is that what you're rolling?
No, I roll on stealth.
Oh, you passed?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay.
But no.
Wait, what kind of...
Hey.
I failed by one.
Well, you're not in the front either, right?
No.
That's me.
Okay. So
Super
if you
quiet.
want, I mean, are you breaking off ahead, or are you breaking away from the party to scout? What is your plan? Do you have what is it called?
Silent
Gesture.
gesture.
Gesture, yeah, it's called gesture.
No, but I'm gonna go. You guys split up.
Okay.
Going to say it out loud.
Okay.
I'm just gonna follow him.
Okay. So you guys yeah, I don't even think you know that she's following you anyway. So you're
I have
heading
no
off.
idea what's
Are you
going
heading off toward? You're heading towards the smoke smell.
Yeah, not directly towards it, but kind of
Around from the, okay.
Yeah.
And which way you heading, Josh?
Yes, well, which way, so we're about here, correct?
Yeah. So Jim and Chris are heading this direction.
Okay, I'll arc in the opposite.
Okay. Which way are you gonna go, there, Ruby? Ruby Dooby Ruby Glooby.
Charge
me. You do have Daredevil, so that does give
Yeah, I
you
do.
bonuses to being an idiot.
Yeah.
So.
I
Gotta love the idiot bonus.
Plus 2 to being an idiot.
Go straight.
Are you gonna stealth, or are you gonna run, like make a noise and
I
hitting
did
like a...
pass my stealth roll by 2, so
Okay.
I will stealth.
Okay. All right. So you're stealthing. And you're going this way, and you're sort of making a little bit of noise.
Yeah.
You kind of like every once in a while, you just sort of you
It's like
let out
crunching
this rude like smelly fart, and it's quite loud, and it sort of echoes into the room.
Should have made the deer meat.
How did you get the deer meat? They died fighting octopus.
Well, we were at that weird camp, so I'm sure they would have evil deer meat too.
They might, yeah.
Or some other form of evil fucking fauna.
Some sort of evil fauna, eh? Dum dum. All right. So as you start, you guys sort of see it first. A little bit further into the room, somewhere around here, there is a what looks like to be a stalagmite, and the whole stalagmite is glowing, and when you look at it through the ice, you can sort of see it looks like there's a fire inside the stalagmite, and there's like it's like looking through like privacy glass when you look and you see it's all like wavery and like this, but you can see there's a fire or something inside here.
Well, what I'm like.
Wouldn't we just think it's the other side of the stalagmite?
Pardon?
Why would we think it's inside of it rather than just in front of it?
Maybe it just looks like it's. I guess when you're looking at it, because you're coming at it from. I'm describing it because you're coming at it from this angle, and these guys are coming at it from another angle, and they all feel like it's behind it. So it's easier to say that it's inside it, because then
There's smoke coming out of the top?
the smoke coming like sort of what looks like to be looks like it might be coming out of the sides or out of the top. You can't really tell, but it's definitely. Adding a large amount of the smoke. I said there's like a sort of a fog in here. A lot of the fog seems to be being made by this fire. The smoke that's coming out of it is like a white steaming hissing. And as you get closer, you can hear like.
At what point, like, does it start to come up visually for me?
Well, let's say you're like maybe here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stop there, and I'm gonna try and get a better look at it through the optic on my crossbow.
Okay. So when you look through, roll an observation. I'll let you add plus +1. It would normally be like plus a lot more, but because of the fog and mist, it's difficult to see.
So under 15. Beauty.
Yeah, that's a pretty awesome shot. So yeah, you can see quite clearly. It looks like there's this stalagmite here, and then behind it there is what looks like to be a bunch of maybe boxes or crates piled up, and you can also see what looks like the top end of a like a tugboat, except it's just the tip of the tugboat, like the bow of the tugboat, and it looks like it's sticking straight up, as if it's sunk like this, and then it's sticking up like this out of the ice. And there's a bunch of boxes kind of built around to almost make like an arc around towards the edges of the stalagmite that's coming up, and it sort of makes like a low wall that gets taller and taller as it gets further towards the bow of the ship.
Okay.
And you can see what looks like to be a man with a long gray beard, and he's wearing a fisherman's hat, like one of those yellow, like fisherman hat, a fisherman jacket, like the whole suit. And he's got a harpoon on his lap, and it looks like it's got all these like little bone charms hanging off it, and like carved on it. There's like symbols on it, and it just looks like he's like completely asleep.
Okay.
And as you keep looking, you can see his like chest rising and falling as if he's sleeping.
Okay.
We haven't had good luck assuming people are sleeping, so
Yeah. I'm at that point. I'm going to like lay down prone and just keep watching through my optic.
Okay. What are you guys gonna do? You guys get there sort of around the same time as Ruben gets there, going forwards.
Can we see what Josh saw yet?
You can't, and you can both roll observation if you'd like. I don't know how close you want to get. He got a lot of information because he almost critted, and critical success. So you can roll on how close are you going to get
To the fire?
It's basically like a ring of boxes with a.
I'm going to stay on the outskirts of the fire.
Okay, so it's like, if you look at it from the side view, it's like here's the ship, here's the stalagmite, and then there's like boxes, like making like a, and then inside there is like a that's the inside there, right? So it's sort of like you can't really see much.
Yeah.
Unless you can get a right angle, or unless you get pretty close up.
Yeah.
But you can definitely, like I said, and as you get closer, the smell gets stronger and stronger. The fire is definitely. You can roll on. Do you have like survival or?
Yeah, I have survival.
Okay, so roll on survival.
I do.
Okay, you're not really sure what's causing the fire to be so smoky, but you're definitely you sort of like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Is basically what you're. He doesn't look like he's not made a very efficient fire.
Yeah. So do we see him then?
I know.
We don't
No,
see
both
him.
of you don't see him.
Okay.
I continue stealthing forward then towards the...
Okay, are you guys going to both go along that one side there? Like
I don't
both on this
know
side?
what she's doing. I don't know if she's there.
I'm just following him.
Okay, so you guys are both going on this side. Ruben, you're now like... You're like right here?
Okay. And I'm assuming that all I basically see is just the like.
You can just see the stalagmite and the fire through it.
Yeah,
And it's very smelly.
I'll keep making my way towards the. Fucking god. I'll keep.
The joke just like left me now. Like it's just.
Well, it's just people say it and it automatically becomes the joke, I think, is the problem here, you see.
I know. See, that's how I'm going to become immortal one day, John. I'm just going to keep repeating terrible inside jokes until they're
roll on. Everyone can roll on their dexterity. If you remember, you've got a -1 to your dexterity. But if you're stealthing, you don't have the minus. So Josh, you don't have to roll because you're not moving, so it doesn't matter.
9 and 11.
You make
Never
it.
forget.
Okay.
Made it.
You made it, Ruben.
Hey!
Beauty.
Okay, so you, as you're walking, you all of a sudden stop, and there is like a tripwire going over your, and you've just put your ankle down, and it's like you just put a little bit of tension on it, and you stop. And Ruben, you also, same thing, as you're walking, you put your foot down, and you see like there's just a little bit of a hint of like the light is you can see this wire just in front of your foot, and they're definitely like they're crisscrossing in different directions. So you guys have seen a wire like sort of maybe like this, and Ruben, you found a wire that's kind of like this. So this is where you guys are. Like Jim, you're here, and Ruben, you're here. So you found this wire, and you found this wire here, and it just sort of like stops on your foot, and you can feel it like it's humming, like it's tight, it's taut, I should say.
Okay.
Taut like a toiger.
I'm gonna stop touching it.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So you like
Move back a
slowly,
little bit,
okay,
yeah.
slowly step back a little bit.
And then I'm going to look for where it's attached to.
You can't really see where it's attached to, but you can like
follow it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Which direction? Left or right?
That way. Away from Ruben.
Okay. So you start heading off down the tripwire.
Yeah.
You find at one point there is a little tiny. It looks like there's another tripwire that's also under tension that goes down into the snow. There's like a pile of snow, and it's sort of attached in there. And then as you look down, you can see there's other what look like they're supposed to be random patches of snow, but you can see they're fairly similar in shape, and the snow is more packed there, and that's why it hasn't blown off those different areas. Ruben, what would you like to do?
Well,
Remember, you do have Daredevil.
I also have disarming traps.
Okay. So do you're gonna follow the other one and disarm one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So roll. So as you basically like blow the snow off, underneath is a limpet mine, like an old like a 1945 style like anti-tank mine.
Jesus.
And this wire is attached to it. Do you have tools?
No.
Okay, so as you like blow the smoke, you're -2 to disarm it because it's not a trap that you're familiar with, the technology that you're familiar with. You haven't set it off by removing the snow. Like you don't have to roll on disarm traps to remove the snow. You sort of you've seen traps before hidden under snow, so you know how to remove the snow. And you look and you're like, okay, I have no fucking clue what that is, but there's definitely. I mean, it looks like obviously you assume that it's a trap of some sort.
Yeah.
Are you gonna disarm it there, guy, or?
Also, can I see what any of them are doing right now?
Well, you're looking at the guy,
Yeah.
so you can't really look
Okay.
at. If you move, then you have to re-roll
Yeah.
to look at the guy again. Right
Oh,
now,
I'm
because
set.
you're like locked on
Yeah.
the guy with your amazing roll, you can sort of see. Oh, and you notice that as you're like looking at the guy, you notice that like his eyelids are like fluttering a little bit. Maybe he's dreaming, but then you also notice that like where his hands are on the spear, you can see like coming out of the snow, you can see a thin gossamer wire that's like attached to one of his pinkies.
Oh fuck.
Shoot his pinky off.
I don't think I could even, at this point I could even make that
We
shot.
don't even need to engage. We can start
No.
looking elsewhere. Like this guy's got this place wired. We don't always have to fall for John's traps.
Absolutely do though.
See, I want to call out to warn you guys, but that
Yeah.
will fucking wake him up. Or, like, will alert him to our presence, period. He'll know that we know. And then everything will blow. Shit.
Okay, Kristen, what are you gonna do? Are you?
So I'm at the
You're not touching any of the
Cross-
wires. Like
no.
you saw him touch a wire, and you clearly saw him like back up and like sort of like follow it, so you can sort of see vaguely where it is.
So I'm not remembering which one is charisma. Like what if I wanted to roll on charisma type things.
That would be like appearance. You should see like it should say like this little box that says like pluses or minuses. You don't have any.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing here for it.
Okay,
So-
so it would be here.
Yeah, it would be there if you had it.
But otherwise, there would be diplomacy or.
There are skills, yeah. So you
Oh,
would
okay.
have a skill in diplomacy, and then you get
Okay.
bonuses from being sexy or not
I
sexy.
got public
Nope.
speaking as one.
So you're the talker.
I am actually.
We're both
Yeah.
fairly okay at it.
Yeah, so there's also an ability, like
I'm
there's an
slightly
advantage called
more
charisma,
charismatic.
and that
Ah.
gives
You
bonuses
get a
as
plus
well.
2 from charisma?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd like to circle behind the
Okay.
talker.
Very slightly.
Okay. Okay. So you circle around, and now you can
I'm
roll.
taking my time.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you want to? And now here's the thing: you can take your time as in take 20, which means you are being like so slow that you're checking every step to see if there's a trap. In which case you don't have to roll, or you can roll stealth to move at normal speed.
I will roll stealth,
Okay.
and I make it by 2.
Okay. So you sort of make your way around the back of the ship here, and there are like
Holy shit.
and their wires are all like crisscrossing each other. And as you get round the back here, there are like this wire here is attached to a cage. Not cage, sorry, like I should say a box of some sort with like a. I'm saying it's a cage because you know it's a cage because there's like a blanket over top of it, and the blanket is made of like it's made to look like a blue. Like a light blue cloth, so you can't really see it very easily from until you were on top of it. You didn't know, and you can smell that there's an animal inside.
Yeah.
And the tripwire like attaches to the cage.
And as I was walking, did I see the guy at all?
No.
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 Just this guy.
No, he's very hidden where he is. Like think of him as being like in like a cocoon of boxes, and then the stalagmite blocks.
Oh, you would probably let the over.
He's the only one that
Yeah.
can see because he likes it because he rolled so well. Like
Yeah.
he had to pass by 10
Yeah.
in order to pass, and he passed by 10. So like,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's just, I mean, it would be easier to see him if the fog wasn't there, if the smoke wasn't there, all the other things. So it's just, it's incredibly difficult to see this guy. And now, it's important, obviously, I mean, you know that this area is super rigged, but you don't know that there's anyone in there. So, you know, obviously everyone, I mean, I know you will, but like everyone else who doesn't know there's a guy there should role play in that they think they're potentially, you know, don't think, oh, I'm role playing and pretending there's not a guy there. You basically think that there's no guy there. Josh is the only one that knows that, and the only way he could sort of let people know would be to do something about it. But,
I know. I'm trying to think of how.
I mean, you could shoot us each a little bit with your crossbow.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, just the tip.
Just the tip.
See how it felt.
You don't see us anymore though.
No.
Doesn't matter.
I'm going to start going over the wire and sneaking towards the thing of boxes.
Okay, so you're going in this way, I assume, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much straight at it.
Yeah. Okay. So as you step closer, when you're like on the edge of the wood here, you can now see over this box here, and you can see that right at the back here is there's a guy, and he's sort of like on his like doing like the third roll squat, and he's got that harpoon over his and you're much closer, so you can see more detail. You can see that like the harpoon that he's got looks like it's made from like the jaw of some huge animal. Like the tip of this thing is like this gigantic piece of bone, and there's like or a jaw of some sort, maybe a mandible, and there's weird shaped teeth on one side, and they're pointed, and then there's holes drilled alongside it with different little charms hanging off it.
Is he awake?
Do you have combat reflexes?
I do not.
Okay.
Can
No.
I roll on body language?
Pardon?
Can I roll on body language?
No. Definitely not. Yeah, he looks like he's asleep.
Okay. I have a plan.
Okay, Josh. Oh wait, hang on. I gotta ask Ruben what he wants to do first because it's his
If I
turn.
get a self kill doing this, I'm so sorry.
Well, you don't have to do anything as well.
I know,
mean,
but I think I have something that'll
Well,
work.
I think the guy knows we're here because
Yes.
we weren't quiet coming in, and he's completely set up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I have a plan.
I will do what Jim just did and make my way
Gym distance?
Don't do it.
Which way? You're going this way or going around this way? You can see Jim is standing here. Are you going to go this way?
Yeah,
or?
I'm gonna go the opposite way.
Okay, so you go up here, and you're sort of standing like on this other side here, and
Right
you
in
can
front
see.
of Josh's sight.
Yeah, you can't. Josh can't see the guy anymore, but you can see like into the thing here, and you can see there's a guy like crouched with a thing, on his like a spear on his lap.
Well, there goes that.
And he's kinda like, and you're close enough that you can sort of hear like. And like littered around the front of where this guy is, there's all these like cans, like open cans of like sardines or some canned food of some sort, and they're all rolled open. Yeah, they're all rolled. Like they have a little like
The keys.
yeah, the keys, yeah, like this, and they're all rolled open, and they're all sitting here in front.
Just tune in light beer.
Yeah, that's it.
He's in my line of sight now, so my plan's
Are
shot.
there like any boxes that I can like hide behind or like? anything?
Yeah, you can hide behind a box.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Like on the inside of the ring or on the outside of the
On
ring?
the inside of the ring.
The inside of the ring?
Yeah, so just to be out of his line of sight in case he wakes up.
Well, then you'd be on the outside
Oh,
of the ring.
okay.
then.
Oh, okay. So there are no boxes.
Yeah, the boxes are like there, right?
Okay.
So if you hide on the inside of the ring, he can see you. If you
Yeah,
hide on
okay.
the outside of the ring, you can peek over. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so you hide behind this thing, and now your line of sight is destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna keep walking around.
The back.
Yeah, in circle around this way.
Okay. As you head around the back, can you roll survival again, or camouflage if you have it?
Yes. Camouflage.
I give you +1 camouflage.
Cool. I make it by 2.
Okay. You notice that at the back of where this ship is, in an area where there are no wires, it looks like there is a hole or a tunnel that's hidden with like, it looks like maybe like a bundle of sticks, like a faggot, a bundle of sticks with like maybe material over top of it to keep it stretched, and you can see that like, yeah, you can kind of see underneath, or it's moved a little bit, it's not perfectly there, and you can see that there's some sort of a tunnel that maybe leads down, down this direction.
Okay.
I'm gonna sneak back away now.
Okay.
I want to regroup.
Okay. You disappear off. Which way? I'm gonna go like
I want to go kind of where we came from.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
wait
you
for
head
him.
back to this place here.
Yeah.
I'll put another stalagmite in there you can hide behind. Because I want to stand there you go.
just falling next
It's
to
your move doing. You've done something. Josh, it's your turn.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna keep watching.
Okay.
No, it's not gonna fucking work, Jim.
Do it, faggot.
No, don't do it.
Okay, well now I have to do it.
Don't do it!
Just shoot
You don't,
Ruben.
you
Just
don't
shoot
have a party
Ruben.
member around you. You only have Ruben. You don't know where anyone else is.
No. I'm doing it. Okay. Well, this is gonna be the second stupidest thing I've ever done.
Wait. You sure you want to do this?
Yes. You don't know what I'm gonna do.
No, I don't. But I mean, if you're saying it's stupid, I'm probably
No,
gonna think
it's
it's really
either-
stupid.
It's either stupid or brilliant, and I haven't decided. I'll decide which one it is.
You know, we're this close to regrouping and
Yeah.
having a good plan.
But they don't know that. And they both just egged me on to do it.
Well, no, they egg you on outside of character, not in character. Anyway, that's it.
But you're hurting my pride.
What are you doing, Josh?
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay. Ruben, it's your turn.
Okay,
He's gonna
since
do it.
I'm not doing it for sure, can I just bring up what it was?
No.
Okay.
You can tell us later.
Okay.
Once the situation is diffused, in case you decide you do want to do it.
You did see me sneaking off, by the way.
He
had a line of
wouldn't.
sight on me.
No, because
No,
he's looking through
I have a line of sight. I had a line of sight on
Plus,
Ruben
you
briefly.
were over here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's.
My line of sight's like
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah. Okay.
I know it's nowhere each other.
So, Ruben, what do you want to do? You don't do anything. You can walk away as well. You don't have to be a daredevil. Oh, wait a minute.
I'm gonna line up a shot with my crossbow.
Okay, so you just like put your crossbow like on the boxes, and then that'll give you a +2 to brace it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're lined up, so you get a +2, and then
Why not a +4?
because he gets an instant +2 for just laying it down there. If he waits for 1 second, then he'll have +4 next round. On top of +2, so you'll have +6. Are you aiming for any certain body part, or are you just aiming in general?
Fiddles.
Aiming at.
Go for the eyes,
Eyeball.
boo! Go
Here,
for the
Take
eyes!
a look at this. I still go for the groin anyways, because it's not bad.
You can't really see the groin from where you're standing.
Yeah.
It'd be hitting the harpoon.
I'll just aim for the head.
Okay. The head's -7, I guess? -7.
Isn't this
Skull.
face an easier shot?
Skull, yeah.
The face is only
it's the
one.
side. You can't really hit the face from where you are. Okay. So anyway, you're aiming at his head. Okay. Jimbo. Oh no, it's your turn. You're still behind.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come around.
Okay. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that you never come around. All right. So you come around this side here. Okay, so as you come around here, you see, you're still stealthing, so you don't make any noise at all. You see Ruben is like crouched with his crossbow like pointed at the guy, and he's just like, and he's peeing quietly. No, he's not peeing. He's like, you know, he's holding, he's like this, he's sort of like just aiming down the crossbow at the guy, and he's got, you know, sort of, his jaw is set in determination. And you can also see Josh now is lying on the ground over here.
Okay, so I'm gonna wave at him.
You can't. I can't see you.
You probably would be able to. You'd like. Well, because like you're aiming down a scope, but like peripheral vision around you. If there's movement, then you're automatically like just look. Okay. Right. So you sort of see. You don't have to take your you don't have to move the scope. You can sort of look and then look back down to the scope again.
So I go like this.
Okay.
No, I'm.
No.
Well, his character obviously doesn't get what you're doing.
Okay.
You could nod or shake your head or thumbs up, thumbs down. Give me some communication.
No. I'm just watching the guy. There's.
All right, never mind. That did not work.
No.
Alright, so I also have my bow drawn and I'm going to go behind her shoulder.
Okay.
And make my presence known so I don't startle her.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Can you roll?
You're all by yourself.
Can you roll an observation roll, please? Tell me how much you've passed by.
6, 9 on 11.
Okay. You notice when you're saying you're quite far back. And you're looking in. You notice that like on the top of the boat, you know, it's like sticking up in the air. There looks like to be some like movement like on the top of the boat, and it looks like something is like maybe there's a blanket and there's something or someone hiding like under the blanket.
There's a monster on the side of the boat!
Did you say that?
No.
Okay, because that really sounded like you were saying that in character. It sounded like the way that your character talks, you know, is
He's eating her. And he's gonna eat. Oh my god!
Can I see where any of these guys are?
Nope. They're all blocked.
Alright. I guess I could take out my gun, so I could put it away next time.
I was about to say, why? Why do you keep taking the gun out?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna keep an eye on things. Wait until hopefully they regroup with me.
Okay.
So I will wait here indefinitely.
Yep.
Okay.
Genius.
So there's like just more or less silence. No one is making a move. Obviously, I mean, you're not making a move. He's not making a move.
Shit.
Josh, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to like specifically start aiming at his head.
Okay. Roll strike. You get +4. Well, +6 because you're on the ground. Oh no! Wait, hang on. You're using the scope too, right?
Yeah, and that's another +3.
Yep. So you get +9 if you...
Jesus. So head is
Minus 5.
Minus 5?
Yeah, well, head is -7. Face, you can see, you can't really see his head, you can see his face, so it would be -5.
You always go for his neck. Also minus
Nah.
5.
Because there's no way I'm like not making the shot.
Well,
Unless I crit fail.
Well, are you shooting or are you aiming?
Aiming.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Asking. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you're aiming at his neck, his face.
Yeah.
+5. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, no one's doing anything?
No one is. Well,
Okay.
I mean, Kristen, it's your. I mean, do you want to do anything, Ruben?
So what's the aim bonus that I have now?
You have +6,
It's
and you're aiming for the head, the skull, which is -7, so you're -1.
okay.
You have combat reflexes, right?
Yep.
Okay. Your spider senses tingle. You sort of like, as you're sitting there like aiming, and you're sort of like, you've had plenty of time to like think about it.
Yeah.
Combat reflexes means that basically one of the things with combat reflexes means you can't be surprised unless that person also has combat reflexes. Suffice to say, you just, it's not that you have a, it's not that you think you're being ambushed or anything, but you all of a sudden, like, something just doesn't add up. Something is, like, not right. You just have this sense. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can shoot, you can do whatever you want. I'm just letting you know that you know in your head, you're just like, there's just, all of a sudden you feel like there's something missing. There's some part that you're not,
Yeah.
it seems too easy.
Right.
That's what I would say. It seems too easy.
Okay. I will look around, see if, like, not like physically like look around, but I'm gonna stay where I am.
I'm gonna tap you on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Cool. Like,
I don't know.
no one knows what
No
your
one
gestures
can-
mean.
No one can read gestures.
well, as a person, you can see.
Well, yeah. Well, yes, but
They're still a little vague.
Okay, so I'm pointing towards the back of the boat, and I'm pointing to you, and I'm pointing to me.
Okay, so you're going,
like
you're
this?
like sort of like tugging him and like moving towards the back of the boat. Okay.
okay. Well, if you're like tugging at me, then I'll just like follow you. I
Okay.
guess.
So you see them like move off.
Okay.
You've got a really good solid line of a good shot now.
Okay. Taking a shot.
Don't shoot him.
Okay.
Beauty. 6, 7, 8 on 12 plus, no, -5 plus 9. So yeah, no, I make the shot.
4 on 12.
Okay. It goes like right through where the head is, and it doesn't. And you sort of like there's a slight like wavering, but nothing happens.
Shit.
Oh god.
Hey, look what I rolled.
Yeah, I
That's
see that.
merciful.
I see that. You want to show it to the camera?
Yeah, that's a.
See, John and I
So
have.
just
you
kill-
want to dodge?
Did I just kill?
John and I have neat
Oh,
dice
yeah.
because this one's a 6 here, but this here is a 1, and that's also a 1. That's a 2.
Am I rolling at any negatives because I'm prone?
Well, you have to roll it. You have to critically succeed a dodge in order to dodge.
Okay. Did not critically succeed my dodge.
Okay, so you take 15 points of damage to your head.
What the Jesus fuck?
So you were being aimed at as well.
Okay.
The dude on the boat.
Now, because you're homogenous, you're not dead.
No.
But it basically like it goes through the top of your like eye socket and like pins you into the ice. And it's like a long spear,
Oh,
like
gosh.
this big, like a harpoon
And
or a.
it's
like
silent.
It's completely silent. Yeah.
So that's minus.
It's a pretty red on the
I'm
snow.
really glad that I fucking upped my HP last fucking chance I got. So -3.
You don't have to roll health because it doesn't apply to you.
Okay.
But yeah, suffice to say you can't move and you can't see through that eye.
Cool.
It is your. Oh, sorry. It's your left eye.
Okay.
So you still have perspective,
Neat.
which is good.
We all need a little
Yeah.
perspective.
So yeah, you guys don't even know this has happened. Jim, you don't know this has happened either because you can't see anything happening. So you guys are now at the back of the boat.
Okay, I show you the hole, and I'm gonna move the stuff, and I'm gonna go in it.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow.
Okay.
There's a
Are you?
spider.
You're taking point.
I am.
Okay. So you drop down. It's pretty dark.
So I
in-
put my bow away, and I bring
Okay.
out my large knife. Can I crawl
Yeah,
with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you can you don't actually have to be crawling. You can be on like your sort of like hands and knees. It's not so small that you have to like wriggle, but you can sort of be on your hands and knees and have it out
I'm
ready.
gonna have 2 knives out then.
Okay, so you can sort of like wiggle and move at the same time.
Yeah.
Also, would I have to roll on will to not scream when that happened to me?
No, because you don't feel pain.
Okay, cool.
Pain doesn't make any
You
sense
just
to
can't
you
move
anymore.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like you weren't actually even because of how you're changed.
Yeah.
You don't even actually know what's happened. You all of a sudden just can't see out of one eye,
Weird.
and you're like you can't move your head,
You're
but you
stroking
can't
out, dude.
really feel anything, and you're just kind of like.
Well, I'm a doctor, so I would think that that's what's happening to me, probably.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. So you know this is not I'm over right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So. So yeah, you guys are crawling through. It's pretty slow moving. It smells the strong smell of like, well, you know it's wolf urine, but you know it's like it just smells like really bad, like rank.
Isn't she a
piss.
huntress?
Yeah, well, she's a vampire hunter, not
okay.
not an actual huntress like you are. So yeah, you know what it is. He's
I
kind
know
of
what
like
it
you're
is.
like it's smelly, but you know what it is. Anyway, so you're crawling through this tunnel. Jim, are you going to do anything?
How long has it been?
Well, it's difficult to say because like it's like combat is quasi happening, but it's not happening. I would say maybe like because the shot was taken, it's been like 15 seconds.
Then no, I'm just keeping an eye out.
Yeah, you're just watching.
Yeah.
You don't really see anything
I have
happening.
no idea what happened. I was going to give them a few minutes. So.
Okay. A bolt like hits the snow like beside you,
Okay.
and you can see it. You can like look kind of like move your head, and you can see there's like this long. It looks like a you've never seen. You mean you've never seen anything like it before. I can tell you as Josh that it's like a modern harpoon, like shot out of a harpoon gun.
Neat.
Like it's stainless steel is what it is, and you can see it's got like jagged like teeth on it, and you look and you kind of like look and you can see like there's part of that sticking out of your head,
Okay.
and all the jagged parts are like in your brain.
That's never coming out.
He's a really good doctor.
No, you just have to pull it out the other way.
Yeah.
You should be alright. Don't pull it.
Shish kebab.
And I'm like pinched to the ground by it.
Yeah, well, it goes into the ice.
Yeah.
Like it goes through your head like this way, and then like 90% of the thing is like in the ice.
Okay.
So yes, you can pull yourself off it, but if you pull yourself off it, you are going to cause more damage.
Okay.
That feels like it takes a will roll or something.
It doesn't really, not for him, unfortunately. But I mean, yeah, you still can't die,
Oh, I know.
right?
Yeah.
But the way the hit points. I mean, I can't tell you because I wouldn't even if I gave you information about your character right now. This is stuff that you don't know because you don't just I sort of can't assume that you would know all this stuff until it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys have gotten like down now into like the bowels of where so you realize that you've kind of gone into like where the ship is. So you're in a ship, but that ship is vertically oriented. So where the walls, whatever were the walls in the ship originally are now the floor, and there are holes in where corridors or like they were doorways, and now they're vertically inclined, and there's a rope that leads. So you've gone like through the bottom of the hull into this ship, and it looks like. So you guys are like, you've come through like a hole in the ship here, and there's like and there's a rope like this that goes through a hole. Here. And you guys are like coming in this way. Right? There's a hole in the bottom of the ship that you guys are walking through. And you guys are both standing here. This is about how big you are, approximately. This is like what you guess it would like. And yeah, so there's this rope hanging down here. There are there's a small lantern glowing high up so that it doesn't cast like shadows anywhere else. It just casts light downwards. And you can see in here there is you're really quiet when you come in here. There is, you estimate, like 9 sleeping wolves all curled around each other, and they're all like well, they are actually, these ones actually are asleep.
Oh shit.
Pee on them to assert your dominance.
Rebane, you should punch them.
No, grab one by the tail and hit the others with it.
Wild card, bitches.
I'll just
Okay.
suplex them, you know?
Your brother's not here though.
Nice.
That's his shtick.
Damn.
Okay.
I'm gonna start climbing the rope, or trying to.
You're gonna climb the rope?
Yeah.
Okay. The rope is very easy to climb. It looks like the rope has maybe has stones or pieces of metal or rock. You're not really sure, but inside, like, it's not just like a jute rope. Inside the rope, there's like pieces that make it really easy to climb, and it's just you get like +3 you're climbing to. It's very, very effortless to climb up there. So you can climb up or you can climb down. You want to climb up?
Oh, it goes down.
Yeah, it goes down.
No,
too.
I want to go up.
Okay. So you climb up. So the wolves are like here. Climb up here. There's another section here. And the rope continues up. And as you are climbing through this section here, there are, there's on the walls, there are traps. And most of them are like hunting traps, like drawstring traps. But they're all over the place, and there's like spools of wire, and there are also, you can see that there are like holes in the ceiling, and you can see that the wires are coming down, like taut wires are coming down, and they're attached to bells.
Oh shit. Oh, this place is crazy.
Ruben, what are you doing?
I'm also gonna climb the rope.
Okay, you have climbing, do you?
Yep.
I
Okay.
don't.
Okay, well, I assumed that you did, but anyway.
I don't, but I'm
That's what happened last time as well. You should have climbing, so you
Yes.
can add it to your character. That's fine.
Woo-hoo.
It
take
should
that
be.
pencil, please.
It should be there anyway. So I
I'll
forgot
take
it.
it.
I was
Sometimes.
gonna
Yeah.
say, like, who wrote that character sheet, John?
Shut
God.
up.
Is it out of
Okay.
10?
You have it at I think it's a Dex +1 default. So what's your Dex?
13.
Yeah, it should be 13. Okay, so Josh,
I'm just gonna flop down in the snow and play dead.
But
you don't have to move. You're already playing dead. You kind of.
I know. No, but I'm just like kind of just gonna splay out. Like so I'm
Are
not.
you gonna move your head when you splay out?
No.
Okay, just ask.
I'm just
Need
like
to
kind of
ask
like I'm like releasing any tension just so it looks like I've just sort of keeled over finally.
So you're not dodging then, I guess.
No.
Oh no.
You take 6 points of damage to your leg,
Okay.
and it's trapped.
and it's also stuck in the ice. What are you at now?
-6, -9.
Okay, it's getting pretty bad. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
Yeah.
So a normal character is, well, you'd be unconscious a long time ago with your normal character.
Yeah.
Normal character minus 10 is when you're like bleeding out.
Yeah.
You can go to minus 25.
Cool.
But then recovery from minus 25 is a much slower than a normal person. Anyway, yeah, so James, Jimbo Jong, it's nothing? You're still good?
I had made my decision.
Okay, no, that's fine. It makes sense.
Hang
It makes sense. The same character, it's totally good. Ruben, you're climbing up as well, so are you continuing to go up?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go up to the next
No, that's fine.
the next section now.
I kind of have a plan.
You go
kind of.
you go up to the next section now, and so you can
It's
see
not
that
working
above
so
you,
far,
you can
but-
see that there's like some flickering of light coming down in through the hole. So you're in this third section now. In this third section here, there is a hammock strung across here, and in the room are paintings of stalagmites and stalactites. They're all done in like blue and white, with some sort of and very basic, right? There's also some wolf pelts, basically in the hammock and also around. And there's there's a tattoo gun, sort of a bunch of tattoo guns and a bunch of like different inks. And there's also there's also probably like 15 or 20 different weapons in this room. There's crazy looking compound bows, like really big compound bows with pulleys. I mean, these are like modern style, like not like steampunk, not like old steampunk style. These are like modern steampunk, like compound bows, big ones, small ones, homemade ones of different sorts. Some as big as your head. There's regular bows. There's crossbows. There's a couple like maybe swords or something that look like they're made out of bones of animals, similar to the thing that you saw. And then there's also like a crate with weird symbols written on it. And you know, Kristen, that it's Russian, but the character obviously doesn't speak Russian. So, it's like Cyrillic alphabet. It's a modern Russian from like the 40s, not old Russian.
Yeah.
But does he have the gun o' nine tails, John?
I don't know. You're gonna have to see. Oh no, wait, you can't see. Okay. You see the person on the top of. There's someone on the top of the boat, and as they move the blanket away from themselves, you can see that it's the guy. Again, he's wearing the yellow outfit and the yellow thing, and as he's moving, you can see like below him, as he's moving, mirrored is the same person below moving in the same way, and he's like. So it looks like this. It looks like there's like twins, and they're like moving together, like doo, 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 doo. And he's just like he slowly like takes the blanket off, and he basically like slides down the back. You see him slide down the back of the boat.
Damn it.
I have his attention now.
Not that we know.
Okay. So you guys use this on this room, James. Yeah, so you just see him like slide off the back.
I'm gonna start stealthing towards it.
Okay. If you're stealthing towards it, depending on whether or not you're
very slowly.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm checking. Okay, roll stealth, please.
Oh. No, I failed by 1.
Okay.
So you're just like da 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 da.
Well, the thing is, the downside about failing by 1 is that you think you're passed.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's
dun,
not one of
dun,
those ones where you're like, critically failing, like, derp, and you make a big like noise and everyone hears you. It's like you're like, no one can hear me. I'm totally good. So, yeah, Josh, what do you want to do?
I'm still playing dead.
Well, I don't think I have much choice. You're always good at it. You're
not-
very good at it.
You're not playing it anymore.
Well, I'm pretending to be more dead than I already am.
Okay. So are you still climbing up further?
Is there more to go up?
There's one more to go up.
Yeah, because I think the guy. Well, yeah, I'm going up.
Yeah. So you climb. So as you climb up, you can see that the rope is attached to the top here, and there's another. You can see that there's a hatch here with like a little ring, and it's closed. And as you get up to here, you can see now as you're like hanging on this rope, you can see that right here there's like this sort of like a surface of some sort. I don't like this it looks like a cutout of a guy, but it's made of wood. And you can see that like as you look this way, you can see the stalagmite, and you can see that the stalagmite is hollowed out inside, and it's this ice surface is incredibly, it's like a mirror. And as you look this way, you can see yourself reflected, like as you're hanging. There's a fire below, and there's water slowly like trickling down here. But as you look this way, you can see like yourself, as if it was like a mirror, like across the way, and you can see yourself like hanging on the rope. Ruben.
Well, I'm following her.
Okay, so you're just gonna keep going up. Okay. You're still moving towards. You're still playing dead.
Yes.
You can't see the guy anywhere. Kristen, back to you.
Going up to the hatch.
Okay. So you go up to the hatch.
I open the hatch.
Okay, you open the hatch. You open it up and you look up and you can see you can't see anything really.
I have night vision.
Okay, but I mean you're looking up through a hole into
There's
the
nothing
sky,
there to see.
into like stalagmites or stalactites. So
Okay.
yeah, it's not really much you can see is what I mean by that. You don't see any people, you don't hear anyone. Completely silent. I'm assuming you're following up the rope. You're still moving towards. You're still playing dead.
Yes.
Okay. You hear all of a sudden very close to you. You can feel that there's someone like going through your clothes.
Okay.
They're like searching your. You have a backpack, I guess, or something.
Well,
What do you have,
like essentially like a messenger bag sort of thing.
Okay, so he like opens your messenger bag and he starts like poking around your messenger bag, and then he stops for a second. And he like just smacks you on the head with like a hammer of some sort.
Okay.
And it's like a crunching sound. You take 6 points of damage to your head.
Jesus.
It's 12 points because it's.
So how's that plan going out for you?
Not great.
21.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you're like your skull is like split open
Okay.
and like pieces of fragments of skull. You're still conscious. You still
Yeah.
don't feel anything.
Am I aware of what's happening though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, you can't move, so you know that someone's just like smashed you on the head,
Yeah.
and you assume that but you're not. You can't move. You physically can't move. I mean, unless you're trying to move. But so once he smashed you on the head like that, he just kind of like you just hear this grunt noise, and this guy says something in Russian, but you don't recognize the Russian that he's speaking, and he basically like. There's like a slicing noise, and then you see him like walking back to the shack. Well, you can't sort of see out of one eye. He's walking back to the shack, and he's got your messenger bag in his hand, and he's like cutting straps on it.
Okay.
He's just like walking back to his shack.
I'm
I'm assuming you're coming. So as you get up, as you stick your head up, you see the guy walking towards. Like you see Josh lying on the snow, and this guy is just like you can't really see that Josh has got a bunch of arrows in him because there's no blood. There's no like blood in the snow or anything like that.
That's why I
It's
kept
just
hitting
like,
you.
and so he's just like you see him, and he's not looking up. He doesn't.
All right.
He doesn't know you're there. He doesn't expect you're there. You guys are
we gotta
basically
tag team this guy.
you gotta like hiding on
got this.
hiding on the thing.
We got this.
Dust this bitch.
We shall avenge you.
Unload on these motherfuckers.
If we took a turn to aim, would he already be out of sight, or is it?
An aim is 1 second, but
Oh.
you have to get out
Okay.
to let her up.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna
that
do
then, so like you stuck your head out, so you can slide yourself out and start aiming,
Yeah.
and then you can do the same thing afterwards if you want to.
All right.
There's also a blanket on the top that you can hide under if you are so inclined.
If there is time to do that, I will. Do
Yeah,
that.
well, it's almost like it's sort of over the edge of where the hole is, so as you get up, you can just like pull it over yourself and like aim.
Okay. Yeah.
Inside the cloak, as you pull yourself up and into the cloak, there's like little handles, like little cloth handles that you can use to like hold onto it, and there's little pockets and inside the pockets there are like
It's a nice little ghillie
there's
suit.
like yeah there's little like there's rolls of wire and there's little tiny like tons of little like sort of gadgets.
Fuck, the vial of blood that I took was in my bag too. There was plan B.
Jim, you sort of you now are where's the back of it? So you come. I'm assuming you're going around the same way, right? Yeah. I gotta make you roll stealth again to make sure that you don't set off the alarms.
That's a pass.
Okay. So again, you manage to. You don't have to roll once. I'm not going to make you roll a million times. So you find where the wire is and you can step over it. How much did you pass your stealth by?
6, 7 by 4.
Okay. He doesn't see you, but you see him. You can see that there's a guy walking away from Josh's body towards the boat. Josh, you're assuming you're doing nothing, correct?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna sleep this one off like a bad hangover.
Okay.
There's no way you can like call on your unholy symbol.
Well, I don't know. John hasn't sent me.
Because like most of the stuff that I've already told you is the stuff that you know. There's not a lot of stuff that I can tell you that you know until you start trying stuff. Because the guy didn't tell you much. Okay. So one little I've told you is that the fact that you're homogeneous, right, which means it doesn't matter where you get hit, you take less damage, and that you don't have any pain. You're basically completely numb, which actually removes your high manual dexterity bonus. You have to cross that off. And then you've got an unholy stat instead of a holy stat. Now there's more to that stat, that's the information that I'm going to send you, but for now that's really all you know.
Cool.
You could have been a mech, Josh.
No, you could have been a mech, Josh.
No, because there's some other stuff that I can do. I just can't do it right now because I'm pinned to a floor. And I'm trying to think of a way to get out of the floor without damaging myself even further because...
So you've taken one turn to aim, and so that gives you the +4.
Okay. Do I think my bow, is it big enough to hit him? Like, will my arrow reach him?
Your bow has a 50, I think it's 50 meter.
180, 225.
Okay, yeah, so that's a compound bow, so yeah, so you're easily within 100 feet.
Okay. So I'm just hitting his torso.
Okay.
And so that gave me a +2?
No, +4.
It gave me +4 altogether?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm just...
And if you want to make a determined attack, then you get an additional additional +2. So then you'll get plus... Is it plus?
It's +4.
Yeah, so so you have +8.
Okay.
Don't miss.
Yeah, better not. +8, so it's 21.
That was very close.
I'm good.
Okay.
I've rolled a 15, so I made it by 6.
Okay. So roll on your damage for the bow.
1d1 + 1. Or 1d6 + 1. 5.
Okay. So it sticks in his chest and it knocks him back. And he's just he gets knocked back and it's stuck in his chest like that. And he's just just lying there still in the snow.
Does that wreck her aim?
Nope.
Okay, good.
It's your turn, Ruben.
Did I see
Yeah, you're beside her.
Wasted? Yeah. Okay.
You're in the ghillie suit as well.
There's sort of enough space, but it's pretty tight in there. But yeah.
Double tap, Ruben. Double tap. Dude, fucking triple tap me.
Yeah, just to make sure I'm gonna shoot this guy again.
Okay, roll to hit.
Does he get +8?
Well, if he does a determined attack, he gets +4, and then if he aims, he gets otherwise he just gets +4.
9.
Okay, roll for hit location.
9 on what?
Hit location.
Oh, shit. Was it all 11?
Fuck.
Right here.
I forgot.
I know. It's a shame.
7, 8, 8. Right arm.
Okay.
Oof.
So it just like
spearing him into the ground now.
It goes into again. It sticks in his arm.
Did he have his harpoon with him?
Yeah.
And is the harpoon on the ground now?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
Was there any sign of movement when I hit him?
Well, it hit him. He didn't really seem to move.
Okay.
So he starts he starts rolling.
Rolling?
Yeah.
Pin?
No, he starts rolling in where's this? He starts rolling away from the line of I mean, he's assuming he thinks he knows where you are, but he's rolling this way, and as he's rolling like this, you see him go like this with his hand, and you just hear bells tinkling under the boat.
Oh fuck!
Where you
the
are?
wolves are coming.
Where you are, and yeah, you can hear growling. It's your turn.
Gotta start stealthing away.
Are you gonna pull out your gun?
Really?
Yeah.
Do you hear the wolves?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
I hear alarms going off and lots of
Thanks,
growling.
dude. You're a stand-up teammate.
You guys are hidden. I'm on the ground.
So
Me versus 9 wolves.
Well, you can
I will
punch
die.
really fucking hard.
I'm really good at punching.
You are. Yeah, this is true.
I am going to back up.
Box those wolves.
Josh, are you doing anything?
So where are you? Are you here?
Yeah, I'm that X there.
Yo,
Yeah.
yeah, you're
This
there.
I'm
John.
pinned to the ground, and you guys pretty much assume that I'm dead at this
And
point
this
because
guy's sort of rolling in this direction.
And
Yeah.
you are where?
Over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As he's rolling, you see that the arrow that you shot breaks in half, and he's still rolling away, and it's stuck in whatever he's potentially wearing some sort of armor.
Whose turn is it?
You're gonna do anything? It's your turn again.
All right. Is he still in our line of sight?
Yeah. For one more attack, he is still in your line of sight.
So this time it's only +4 because I'm doing a determined attack.
Do you have quick draw?
I have, yes.
Quick draw ammo. So you have to roll quick draw ammo first.
Yes.
So that means you knock the bow, and now you can shoot him again.
Okay. And so
you don't get only you can only do a determined attack. You can't get another plus. You only get +4.
Yeah. That's okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, and that gave me a +4 on my bow. Yes. I
Okay.
make it by 6.
Okay. Roll for hit location.
Oh, well, I always go for torso. but-
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Just try to get into the habit of saying it, because then these guys will remember to say it as well.
Right.
Because otherwise,
1d1. Ooh, it's 7.
okay. So it hits him, and there's he kind of goes ah, he sort of shouts, and then blood is on the snow.
The wolves are gonna come for him.
I hope so. It will be like episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
Josh versus the Blackmere.
Now you get to hit.
Go ahead, Ruben. You have quick draw. Quick draw ammo.
No, I have quick draw crossbow.
Well, you're holding your crossbow. You're
Yeah.
not. No. So yeah, you can't shoot
No
again.
fast draw arrow.
No.
He's still rolling away, and you can see a blood trail kind of going around the corner of the boat. It's difficult to explain because you can't really see the the roof or whatever, like the stalagmites and stalactites, but suffice to say you can no longer sort of have an easy line of sight. But you do know, I mean, you know what the back of the boat looks like, so he's probably somewhere in this general area, but you're not really exactly sure.
Don't you have weapons that you throw and it comes back to you? Like their little axes?
The hammers.
The hammers.
Hammers. Are they throwing hammers?
Not that I know of. We literally don't know anything about the hammers.
Okay.
Except for...
We know that you shouldn't use them in the terrible room
that's
of
literally
death.
all.
That's what we know.
Yeah.
And they
and they return to you. I thought they'd do that.
I don't remember.
Maybe it's a different game.
That was a different game.
Okay.
But good remembering. I was just like, what's that? Oh, yeah! So yeah, you hear noises. You can't really give you any more information than that. You hear a whole bunch of noises of snuffling and various other growly noises.
I'm gonna look down into the ship to see if there's any movement.
Okay. You look down at the ship. You can't see anything. Well, you can't. You see into the ship, but you don't see any movement.
You can always go down and set off some traps for the guy to deal with, but then our party's probably may not be good for them.
And also, I don't have like any sort of I have disarmed traps, but I don't. But
I mean, setting off traps is pretty easy. You just grab
you fiddle with them.
You grab the wire and go, and it sets off the trap. But you don't know where the traps are, what it's going to set off.
Yeah.
There's some sort of controls in this suit, though. You said.
The suit has like extra wire to set other traps. It's like repair wire and stuff like that. It's not attached to
Gotcha.
Yeah. And he's not really in it. You're in it because like it's like a poncho. You know, you can't really both be sharing a poncho unless you're very cuddly. Yeah. So you're just running away, right? You're gonna take out your gun?
My knuckles.
Okay. Are you walking back in again? Or are you walking away?
No, I'm gonna stay on the outskirts.
How far back are you going now? So I know like what's your
say. Kind of around the wires.
You're on Android now?
Yeah.
Cool, I didn't know that.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
I love reading on it.
You're wrong. It's the best thing ever.
It's really good.
So you're just going further back. Okay. Ruben, you did nothing while you looked down the ship. Are you going down to the ship? Are you going down the rope?
No.
Okay. Kristen, what are you doing?
So you said the shot's gone? You said that?
The which?
The shot, the line sight, everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm going to go down the rope and I'm going to go to that area where it had a bunch of the bear traps.
Yep, so that's the bear traps and stuff are on this level. Okay. The weapons and the bear traps are here.
And is it the same level that has the wires?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to flop around.
Okay.
I'm going to blow up.
No, you're far away. Josh, on the other hand, is much closer to various things. Roll. Let's make it 2 dice.
Tonight it'll be 2 dice. That would be a 9.
Okay. So, maybe a few feet away from you, a mine explodes, and it just picks you up like a ragdoll and tosses you away. You take 2 points of damage as the harpoon gets ripped out of your head.
Okay, cool.
You're not dead though.
Nope.
You get tossed. You get tossed away. You can get up now and walk around.
Yeah.
Just giving you a heads up if you want. You're no longer trapped on the ground.
I got my head. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. As you get tossed away, you look at where you were, and you can see that there's pieces of bone, skull, and brain matter just lying on the ground.
That's not good for you.
That's mine.
That's really bad for you.
Yeah. Okay. Ruben. Well. Oh no. You've climbed down the thing. You've done the thing. You've done the thing. You've gone further away. Josh, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up and pull my knife out.
Okay, sure. You pull out your knife.
Okay.
There is. I let you know that there is a harpoon in your arm still.
Okay.
But the one in your head is being, left over there with your brains.
Okay.
Yeah. So you pull your knife out.
Yeah.
Actually,
wait, I'm gonna quick draw my knife. So.
Well, you don't have to. It's okay.
Okay.
There's no you're not attacking this round. There's not a million guys around you.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, the area around the whole boat here. How many wires did you pull?
Probably 2.
Okay.
I'm ambidextrous.
Roll 2 dice again.
That is 11.
Okay. So the whole boat, around the whole boat, there's like a gigantic smoke cloud that just obscures all of the area.
Okay.
You can hear confused wolves. Yeah. So it's Ruben, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to slide down the side of the boat like that.
Slide down the back of the boat?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a dex check -2.
He's got Daredevil though.
Okay. Roll a dex check.
Gotta remember to bring that up, Ruben.
Yeah. 12 on 11.
Okay. That's with the bonus or without the bonus? Oh no, it's all right because there's no bonus. Okay, you slide down the boat and you go down the hole. And you go down the hole, and as you're sliding down the hole, you look as you're sliding down, and there's wolves running towards you. As you go down the hole, you just you slide and you just keep going. You see vaguely out at the back of the boat, sort of you see the guy, and he's he just sees you, and he's like this, and and you see that he's surrounded by there's 5 or 6 wolves, and he's holding on to them, and you can see that they're pulling him away in a direction, and there's a blood streak in the snow, and he's getting pulled away by the wolves. Yeah.
On a rope, or he's just hanging?
No, he's holding on to their fur, and they're pulling him.
And he's being dragged, or
yeah, he's being dragged.
He's skating, or.
Well, no, he's lying on the ground. He's just he's bleeding. He's bleeding out.
He's getting eaten, or he's being saved.
They're pulling him. They're saving him. They're pulling him away.
It's a friendly pull.
Yeah. Well, he's grabbing them by the scruff, and they're just pulling him. He's Josh.
I'm gonna start following the blood trail.
Well,
that's yours.
That's fine. Yeah. You're that other blood trail. That's the one I want.
The motherfucker that stapled me to the ground. John.
Yeah, that's fine.
He has something that belongs to me.
Okay.
Well, that used to belong to him and is gonna belong to me very soon.
Okay. So yeah. You are still running. You're still staying away, right? I'm just asking. Is this your turn?
How much commotion have I heard?
Really? Ton. You have mines go off.
Wolves being confused.
And smoke and screaming.
I owe these guys one. I'm gonna run back into the fray.
Yeah.
There we go.
You trip on a landmine. Yeah.
You hit on a harpoon.
Boom.
Stapled to the ground.
As you're running, you see that the guy's harpoon on the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay. You pick it up.
Yeah. Just gonna shoulder it and keep moving.
It doesn't hurt you.
Okay.
You keep running.
Not anymore.
No, but I mean, it doesn't cause any damage. It's not like a holy weapon. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, you pick it up and you put it on your shoulder. You keep running and you run around the back of the boat, and you see your bag lying on the ground, and there's scattered contents around it.
Okay.
What about the cage?
You can't see the cage is open.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my observation to see if I can find the blood vial on the ground.
Yes, you do find the blood vial on the ground.
Okay, do I need
you don't need to roll? That's fine.
Okay,
it's easy to see. You're quite hungry.
Yeah, I'm gonna crack it open and gun it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shotgun
so
the
this is your blood. This is your blood, right?
Yes, it is.
And did he take it from you before or after you had your holy stat awoken?
After.
Okay. So you get 2d6
okay.
plus 4.
Oh,
neat.
It helped. Damn it.
7, 8,
Oh, back.
9, 10, 11, 12. So now we'll hit minus 12.
Yep.
Minus 11.
Anyone else need more healing?
Oh no,
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the next 3 minutes, your strength and your dex are doubled.
Oh, this motherfucker's gonna die.
You also have...
Has his eyesight returned?
No, that one eye is still gone.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
I know someone who has one that's not going to need it very soon.
Sure.
Oh,
is that Jim?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, Jim, I need your eye.
I'm calling you out. I need that guy's eye.
Yeah. So
it wasn't even part of the plan. I just thought it would be funny.
Yeah. And you basically, so when you drink this thing,
yeah.
You basically like you can't like help but to like just like roar like you shout like it's just like this.
Oh, you're baiting out.
Yeah. And
does this scare the wolves?
Yeah, and your IQ is halved.
Okay, cool.
For the 3 minutes.
Neat.
Okay.
I'm a dumb motherfucker now.
You also have the disadvantage of bestial.
Cool.
Okay.
Temporarily or
3 minutes.
Okay.
You really like them wolves.
Yeah, you're like, hey,
no,
baby, how you doing?
It's not the disadvantage of bestiality.
What?
Yeah. All right. So that's what you're doing.
Yep.
You hear this inhuman roar.
It's definitely the creature from the cage.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Ruben, you're sliding head first.
It's not
you're
the slightly
first into a bunch of wolves.
that you've been traveling with. Not at all.
What are you gonna do? You get to go first.
You're back in the hole.
Scratch their butts. Lucas likes that.
No, I think it's Ruben. He would finger their butts.
Okay.
He's got to stay in character.
Would Ruben's character do that?
Oh no, Ruben's character would. No, Ruben. I'm talking about Ruben. He would just be like aggressive butt fingerings. Yeah.
Everyone does. When in
Try and fast talk the wolves into letting you leave.
I mean, wait, do I have? Fuck.
No, that's what I was looking at your sheet for. I'm like, just try and scare.
Fuck.
You can run and hit. Move and attack.
Can I farm the wolves?
Farm them?
Well, I took the farming skill and I haven't been able to use it yet.
Why would you take the farming skill?
Like I grew up on
because he likes having a well-rounded character that doesn't just choose skills that are primarily based on combat.
I can dream
my sheet.
You also
I have like 3 combat
like
skills.
all combat.
Well, that's your character. It makes sense though. Your character was born in combat, so.
I have like 2.
Well, she's primal. She does have like
3 combat skills.
like survival skills and stuff.
Well, survival other.
That's boat. That's boat. So that's for the boat.
The boat.
The boat is boat survival. You know, yeah, it's very specific.
The boat.
Yeah, just this boat though. Or is there other boats? No, just this one.
This boat.
So I'm gonna drop my crossbow and quick draw my short sword.
Okay.
Go wet mode. Fuck them up.
Roll quick draw, please.
Let's draw. 13 on 12.
Okay, so you draw your sword. What you think is quickly, and then the wolves are on you.
Solid.
So you can dodge. You want to dodge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Parry the
Are you wearing armor? You're just wearing the breastplate, right? You're not wearing. Like, what are you wearing? You're not wearing.
I'm wearing the helmet and the breastplate.
Oh, right, this crazy helmet.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna need one of those soon.
Yeah.
So
you're rolling
so I can walk in public.
You're rolling under
horrifying children anymore
6.
than I already do.
Yeah. Fine line.
It's my thing, you know.
Are you
the children.
The
children. What do you want? The children.
Is this an all defense?
I'm getting a Phantom of the Opera mask.
No,
cover up that half fucked up face.
What did you roll? Did you roll over 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
13.
Okay, you got bitten in the groin.
Oh my god!
And you take 1 point of damage to the groin.
Are you fucking with me?
No,
Jesus Christ.
Hit location groin, so that's...
Your vagina must look like mashed potatoes at this point. You've taken so many shots.
You can roll a dodge again. There's 3 wolves that are biting you right now.
No.
Okay, that one hits you in the main body, so it can't do. What's the DR of your? It just bites your chest plate, and your chest plate takes the. You see it bite your chest, like your chest plate has like bumps on it for like it's like a shaped breastplate, and when it goes to like bite your boob, it's like its teeth like shatter, like bite because it's like and its teeth like fly off. And then the third one also hits. Are you going to dodge this one as well?
Can he parry the wolf?
He could parry the wolf if he wants. Yeah, he can roll in his parry skill instead.
I just didn't know if you could parry a wolf or not.
But it's the same as before. It's still minus, like, it's still 6. It's the same.
Yes. No. 10.
You get hit in the 4. What's the 4?
That's the skull.
That's the skull.
Oh, that's good.
He's also wearing a helmet.
Badass helmet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you take no damage. Oh, but it's a critical low, so it still has to do something. I'm going to roll on the...
No, it was the 4 was the hit location. You rolled on 11 to hit.
You're right. So yeah, again, it bites the skull, nothing happens, because you've got that.
Got a lot of toothless wolves now.
2 toothless wolves.
I don't share the nodes of those wolves.
I think it's your turn. Yeah.
Yes. So I want to take a new fandangled bow, a cool bow.
Okay. So I can tell you that the big ones, the ones that do a lot of damage, they're heavier. So if you the biggest bow is like 20 pounds.
That's too much.
Yeah. There's one that's 8 pounds. That's made out of like some sort of. It looks like it's handmade, and it's made out of like parts that you don't recognize, and also parts that you do recognize. So it's like an old bow and a new bow in one kind of piece. So first of all, so it does 2d6.
Ooh. Can I get a pistol? Thank you.
2d6, and if you use there are arrows, you can take. I don't know how many arrows you want to take. There's a quiver of arrows you can take for it. 12 arrows, and they'll do an additional +4 if you use those. And those arrows are stainless steel, so if you kill someone, you can take the arrow back and reuse it.
And what would you call this bow?
I would just say collapsible compound bow. You can also come apart, so you can basically take it apart and then hide the different parts under your clothes, and it's got +3 to be concealed. So if you want to hide it and then walk around, you can still keep your other bow. You can keep this like underneath if you wanted to go somewhere and people try to frisk you. It basically breaks down into items that even if someone finds a piece, they would be like, oh, that's a pencil or that's a whatever. So.
I've taken that. I guess that's my entire time.
MacGyvered a bow together out of 3 pencils, some chewing gum, and a piece of string. Fucking stapled that guy.
So yeah, you're in the thing. It's now Josh's turn.
So I follow on the blood trail.
Okay. You're still following the blood trail. It's disappearing off into the wild yonder.
Okay.
It seems to be like you can't even see, like the blood is frozen. The chunks of the blood are frozen, and it seems to be the trail is running cold.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that's what happens. Jimbo Joggins, it is your turn.
Do I hear where anything is really coming from, or
you come up on the ship from the front. You can't really see anything. You don't hear anything going on. You can't really hear because they're indoors. He's underground. She's underground, and Josh is like
running out into the tundra.
In the tundra somewhere.
In a blood frenzy.
The fight is over, my friend. You are late to the party.
Epic fail.
Going to sit down defeated.
And he's gonna take out his gun.
Take out my gun.
No, you're just gonna clean and think.
It's a meditative gun, really.
Yeah.
It's not actually a gun.
It's like a fidget spinner.
It's a metaphor.
You just pull it out to play with it 'cause it makes you
There's
feel better.
no ammo.
My office bought 300 fidget spinners and gave one to every employee.
That's unfortunate.
I see 80-year-old insurance agents spinning fidget spinners. Want to start a
I
new
feel
YouTube channel.
incredibly sorry for you. I think that that's probably one of the saddest things that I've heard in 2017.
They make a lot of noise too. Yeah.
All day.
That's
In the
cool.
entire office.
Does the fidget spinners say like something insurance on them, or are they just like multiple colors? Are they metal
Just-
at least, or are
yeah.
they just plastic?
Yeah, metal fidget. It was just a Canada Day gift. Management came around and they're like, "Here you go." Thanks, management.
You
Is
should
it
just
branded?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Yeah, they should have just given you like a patch of smokes or something. Really, like give me something I can smoke.
Well, they also gave us portable fans that attach to your phone, like to the charging port.
Okay.
But they move too fast and make it feel like the phone is going to fly out of your hand.
Okay. Do they work on iPhones or Androids?
Yeah, both.
Both.
Neat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they're fucking going all out.
Wow.
Spending them big dollars.
But they try. They do try.
They do. Try.
They do.
But can you attach the fidget spinner to the fan?
That's what I was thinking of doing earlier today.
Slow the fan down.
Or
That fan
speed
is
up
too
the fidget
fast.
spinner.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Ruben, you're still fighting 3 wolves. It's your turn again.
Yeah.
Oh no, yes, your turn. Now you have a sword out.
Yeah. I'm going to.
Smash them, bash them, put them in a stew.
I'm gonna use my whip form and try to like do a wide like slash at all.
You want to hit all 3?
Yeah.
All right, roll. It's going to be -4.
His sword is Ivy's sword from Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Oh,
Signature gear.
They're horrible. Cool, but horrible.
-4, but if you hit, you hit all 3. And I'll give you your +2 from your daredevil because you're being badass. So only -2.
Are you doing an all-out attack? Because then you get plus
Are you
4.
doing an all-out attack, Ruben? Then you get an additional +4. But if you miss,
Yeah.
you can't dodge or dive or duck or dodge.
But you can die.
Yes.
Well, to be fair, you haven't been able to dodge so far anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
You want to take the bonus?
Take the bony.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get
Spin
+6
the wheel.
total.
6. Jesus.
Don't take the mystery box. Take the deal.
Don't get zonked.
Yeah.
13.
13 on 17, I think.
Well, you've got it written down on.
What's
Oh,
your base?
what's the
it's
skill?
like the skill is 13, but with like the bonus.
Okay, so you get +2 because it was -2 but +4. So 13 on 15. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you hit all 3. Roll for damage.
Yay! Yay for you not dying.
Yeah.
It should be there. It says like
Yep.
whip mode,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's
I
written
got it.
down. Watch me whip.
Aw,
Fucking what?
Watch
come
me
on.
whip. Watch me nay nay.
So that's a 0, basically.
No, you can only do a minimum of 1.
Mm.
So you do 1 point of damage to all 3 wolves, and it snaps around and hits them all in the snouts, and they
Uh-oh.
whimper and they go ooh, and then they bite you again with renewed vigor.
Would he not have to roll for damage 3 times?
They pouted for a second.
What?
Would he not have to roll for damage 3 times because it's 3 separate wolves?
No, because it's 1.
Yeah.
Boop, boop,
Just
boop.
1 damage to all 3 because it was 1 attack.
Okay.
So 1 attacks you
Uh-huh.
and hits you in the the 12,
That's the left arm.
the left arm. You take 4 points of damage to the left arm.
By the way, 11 is groin for those of you watching at home.
So,
The 14.
Left leg.
but they don't have teeth. Well, 2 of them don't have teeth.
They're just gumming at
And
you.
paws.
Claw, claw, bite.
I think we're on play, not pause.
Meh.
2 points of damage to the left leg.
9.
Main body. That one
Dorsals.
doesn't have. That one already doesn't have teeth, so it's doubly fucked up. Yeah. So you can hear, and now you're close enough. You're like sitting there, like dejected, and you can hear the sounds of like chewing and whimpering coming out from the back of the boat.
And like a whiplash.
Wolf combat.
It's my time to help! I jump up and start running towards it.
Okay.
I'm going to be there after combat's over.
Okay. Well, you can slide down the hole right now if you want to.
Can I?
Yeah.
I do it.
Okay. Ruben, you hear the sounds of something sliding down towards you very quickly.
Might be the bell guy.
Bell guy?
Yeah, bell guy came into my door today. How's your internet?
Oh, that kind of not a doorbell guy.
A doorbell salesman?
Is that, yeah.
Just when you come back, if I'm still downstairs, just grab it. I said when you come back. Alright. How you feel? You alright? So yeah, you can, do you have acrobatics?
I do.
Roll on acrobatics -2 to stop yourself
7.
to smash him in the face.
I got over a 7.
Oh wait, you smash him in the face. How much do you weigh?
I weigh...
Are you encumbered?
166 plus 40, about 200 pounds.
Okay. Roll 1d6 please.
5.
Roll, you can only really hit him in 3 or 4 places, so roll 3 dice.
That is the 6.
Okay, he lands on your head.
That's the right leg.
Oh, Jesus.
Roll for damage.
This
1d6.
This clusterfuck right here.
It bounces off your helmet, but it sort of crunches your neck sideways. It hurts a bit, but you land in a heap on the ground. You're standing there, and there's like 2 wolves. 3? No. Yeah, all 3 are still fine. All 3 are still there. You're fighting 3 wolves, and you're standing on his body. Yeah. The wolves attack you. Actually, let's see who they attack. Sorry. The first wolf attacks you on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You can't dodge because you're on the ground.
Yeah.
It does 3 points of damage to your
13 is the left
inner
leg.
groin. No, just kidding. Let's see.
Left leg.
Left leg. So you're getting chewed on by wolf. It starts chewing on your leg. It does 3 points of damage, and it's just like chewing on you and not letting go, holding on to you. The second wolf attacks you.
Okay.
Fails, misses miserably. The third wolf also attacks you, and also fails miserably. It's your turn.
I'm going to punch the wolf on his leg in the main body.
Punch the wolf on
There's
his leg.
There's a.
You want to punch his leg?
There's a wolf on it.
You want? Okay, so you're punching
Punch
his leg.
the wolf.
Oh,
That is
that's better.
chewing on
I
his
wouldn't
leg.
punch his leg. Okay, you're gonna punch the wolf.
You know, I punch his leg.
Okay.
No,
well,
I punch the wolf.
If
punch the wolf, main body.
if you miss, you may hit his leg.
Okay. That's a hit.
Okay.
That's a pretty strong hit.
It's not dodging because it's still chewing.
4 damage.
Okay, you basically break the ribs of the wolf and it falls down.
Yeah. I should get off you next turn.
Ruben, you're still on the ground and he's still standing on top of you. 2 wolves are remaining. That wolf misses. That wolf hits. And it's biting Ruben. It does 3 points of damage.
16 the foot.
Does 6 points, 3 points of damage to your foot. Are you doing okay? You dead?
I'm -5.
Oh, okay. Well, when you hit -0, you have to tell me you have to roll health.
Right, sorry.
That's all good. And you couldn't stop anyway, so. Do you have any rolls of like hard to subdue or?
Nope. No, I got 16 on 10.
Okay, you are very unconscious.
Solid.
Yeah. So your turn. There's a wolf chewing on his foot. There's
punched
another
that
wolf.
way, main
Okay.
body.
Go ahead.
That's also a hit.
Okay. Roll for damage.
6.
All right. You killed that other wolf. There. You killed the wolf.
There's 1 wolf left.
There is 1 wolf left, but it doesn't have any teeth. So you're welcome.
What's it doing?
It's like trying to bite people, but it's not doing any damage because it doesn't have any teeth.
I'm gonna let this one slide.
Just pee on it to assert your dominance.
You keep talking about peeing on stuff. You wanted to pee on the old man as well to assert your dominance. You just like peeing on people, I think.
No problem. Who knows?
Alright, so yeah, that wolf kind of like cowers back and like looks at you questioningly. Then it like turns around and presents itself.
Nice.
Yeah. You notice that it's got like a
dusty rose collar.
A dusty rose, yeah, a dusty rose pin in its neck. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so there, the wolf just watches you like this.
Still making eyes at you though.
Have you seen this guy? He's a dreamboat. He's got like levels of charisma, and he's got rippling muscles, and he's always clean.
Covered in paint. Always clean.
Yeah.
Right now, completely clean. Just slid down a dirt hole. Clean.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ruben, you are unconscious. Josh, you're somewhere.
Yeah, I'm running off. And
are you coming back, or are you leaving the party?
I'm kind of like stupid right now, so I'm pretty sure I would keep following the buzz.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, 3 minutes later, you come to your senses.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm looking like how like. Does the trail like look like
you can't even see the trail anymore?
Okay. Well, I'm turning back then.
Okay. Yeah.
I make Ruben comfortable.
Do you have help, like first aid or anything?
I can't stabilize him.
Okay.
Comfortable.
Yeah, he's sort of like, there's like blood coming out of various holes.
Yeah.
Ruben spends a lot of the game unconscious. I think what I would suggest for your character, maybe, would be to wear less armor.
Yeah.
Or to spend more points in like buying off your dodge. You can add point like enhanced dodge, and you can add points back to the dodge minus. But I mean, the thing with the dodge minus is it's supposed to alleviate. You're supposed to have more armor so that when you do get hit, you don't take damage. But unfortunately, like you're wearing like a 25-pound chest plate, and I think you have other equipment that's really heavy. Because your character is like more a finesse character, you're basically like you're screwing yourself a bit, because like yes, if you get hit in the chest, you can absorb like 6 points of damage, but if you get hit anywhere else, you know, once you're unconscious, you're useless. And because you can't dodge either, like you can't get out of the way. So I'd maybe consider like changing some of your armor for like maybe leather or even mail, because then, and getting rid of some of whatever your heavier equipment is, because there's got to be something else. I mean, you're really over encumbered, right? You got to have something that's heavy somewhere. Yeah, so you're wearing breastplate. You should be telling me that you're wearing this coat, because this coat here, this buff leather coat, it actually gives you armor. Like you've got...
I'm pretty sure the coat got destroyed now.
Oh, did it?
Fire, yeah.
Well, you see, it's important to cross that stuff out as well. So yeah, you should get rid of this, then, which brings you down another 16 points, and then you get rid of the rations. That's 10, so that's 26 pounds. 26 pounds. What's 174 minus 26?
You got it?
No, I was applauding.
Okay.
Why are you so heavy still?
You can't just rude someone that, John.
Well, I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, you've got 30 knives. That's 15. That's 15 pounds.
Why do you need that many knives?
You're carrying 15 knives, 15 pounds worth of knives. So I would consider getting rid of those knives. You've also got 10 black powder grenades. They're 10 pounds.
No, I got rid of those.
Oh,
well, I thought I crossed them out. I wasn't counting them when I was like.
Okay, so we should definitely like change at some point and figure out, like, maybe at the end of the game we'll figure out what you want to drop, because you have a bunch of stuff that's super heavy that you should get rid of. If you're not holding it, it shouldn't be affecting your weight, right? Because you should be, ideally you want to be at like under 30 pounds if you can be. I mean, that's not that heavy, right? So anyway, yeah, we'll look at that, because that's why you're getting so fucked, because your dodge is super low. All right. Anyway, so yeah, combat is over. You guys want to loot or do something here? What is your plan?
Loot.
Is there more arrows?
No, there's only for that bow. There's only one quiver.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of poke my head up until I can find Josh.
I'm gonna come outside and see what happened.
Yeah, there's like huge holes in the snow. I'm gonna say that you're all back.
Okay.
Yeah. So just to let you know, you're wearing a hat. To cover, I guess you would wear some sort of you have a hat or a hood or something.
No, I always have a tricorner hat anyway.
Okay, so your hat will cover because when you heal, it doesn't regrow your body. So like if you want to make your head look normal again, you have to like fill it with plaster of Paris or something and like make it into a head looking, and then maybe paint it because it doesn't grow back, right?
Yeah.
Your eye trauma is still there though.
Yeah.
Yeah, your eye is done. You can't see.
So half your face is missing.
Just get a pair.
Or is it clean?
No, it's clean. It goes right through so it get bounced off and like when it came out the back. So the back is all fucked, but the front is good.
Yeah.
You just don't have an eye, so you can wear a patch if you want.
Cool.
Hey, doctor. Some wolves ate Erzbet a little.
Okay.
She's unconscious.
I'm just kind of like, well, I have to collect all my stuff.
How much blood are you going to take from Erzbet before you heal her?
Well, first I gotta get all my shit out of the snow because my bag was just like heaved out there.
Sure. Well, you don't have to roll that. You're out of combat now. It doesn't.
No, I was getting ready to roll for healing him.
Yeah. Well, I need to know before you're healing her, how much blood you're taking.
Just wait till we go to
gills.
Just wait till we go to another doctor and they don't do this to us. Like, we forgot the blood.
He hasn't done it yet to me.
It's like, you didn't take any blood. Our doctor takes tons of blood from us, but it makes us feel great.
And we get totally healed.
Yeah.
I don't think you're doing your job right.
How many hit points? What are you at right now? Minus what?
-5.
Okay, so each vial you take removes 1 hit point.
Okay. You're at minus
30! You think the other thing you can do is, just to let you know, is you can also drink the blood directly, and that does give you better bonuses. I'm not saying, don't say,
there's people standing there, I'm gonna kill them.
I'm just telling you, you can be like, I'm sucking the poison out. You didn't get poisoned.
Tons of poison.
Plus the vampire hand over here, if for whatever reason comes to, while this is happening, I'm getting another cleaver to the face. Well,
chances are good if you're like sucking his blood, he's not going to come to.
Yeah, no, I know.
Just letting you know. Yeah, that's not good. I'm just telling you, it is an option.
Oh, I know.
You wanted to know stuff. I'm telling you stuff.
I know.
I'm going to make camp while this is happening.
Okay. Like, you have like Jiffy Pop. Yeah. You find a Jiffy Pop in the thing, yeah.
Hot dogs around the grill.
How many hit points? What are you taking?
Well, I'm thinking.
Give me the juice. The juice is worth the squeeze. You know what I'm saying? Some rocket science. How many you want?
He's at you're minus
5.
5, and it's negative 10.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can take like 4.
No, because I will. I'm just gonna take like 1 vial.
Just 1?
Yes.
Wow. What a nice guy.
You've grown, Josh.
Okay. Roll your first aid skill. Hold it, doctor.
Rolling it.
Here, doctor.
Hey. Almost a crit.
Almost a crit.
5, 7 on 14.
So roll. It's
plus 3 plus 4.
Is it 1d or 2d? I think it's because normal healing is it's 2d plus 4.
Oof.
You get 14
hit points back.
13 because you lost 1.
And I'm going to gun that vial when no one's looking.
There's also, just to let you know, there's dead wolves as well.
I know.
That's not. They don't. Really
but I don't. I was gonna say I don't know if that's gonna have any further detriments to being bestial. Right. If I drink the blood of animals.
Right. Again, 2d6 plus 8.
Jeez. You're back up to 7.
And so you're bestial for 2 minutes.
Okay.
You can roll on your willpower to see if you can stop yourself from roaring.
Oh, in front of your party. I'm going to use True Sight on him.
Yeah, you're like...
I have bad guess.
Yeah, it comes out of your butt. The roar comes out of your butt. It's a butt roar. Do the roar. All right. Yeah, so you are feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch him drink the vial of blood?
No, I'm looting.
Oh, okay.
He just like gunned it real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to do? Anything?
I'm actually getting closer to him at this point, so I trust him more than I did at the beginning of the adventure.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that?
We shared our cloak.
No, are you taking that ghillie cloak?
Oh, well, it's probably really heavy, so no.
It's actually not. It's about 1.5 pounds.
Oh,
so
sure.
I'm not saying you don't have to take it if you don't want to. You can remove stuff out of the pockets. You can put whatever you want in it.
Here's the pencil and these. Thank you.
So I know it's kind of like
so
bandaged around my head.
So just to let you know, it gives you +6 to stealth when you're not moving, and it gives you +3 to stealth when you are moving.
Ooh.
I'm looking for a short bow.
But it only works like in this area because it's blue.
Oh.
Right? So yes, I mean you can still, if you want to like keep it and like have someone else like alter the color of it, or do you want to try dyeing it or whatever, then it will obviously, you know, depending on where you use it, it has different effects.
Sure.
Also, I'm gonna take a vial of the wolf's blood just in case.
Okay. Are you gunning that one too there, boss?
No, I'm keeping that one.
You just keeping one?
I'm keeping that on me just in case. That's
okay.
That's my snacks for later.
I wonder what wolf blood will do.
I wonder.
I want to find a bow to replace mine.
Like
we broke my bow on the last.
You mean like for your cloak, like the bow on your, like a pink bow?
No, like the bows that go.
The dusty rose.
Oh,
sorry, I
thought you meant like a ribbon.
No,
like
if
ribbon.
there is a dusty rose bow with ribbons on it.
There is definitely not.
Okay.
100% not. So there's a really big bow, really heavy bow. Okay. That one does lots of damage.
I know, but
I'm just telling you.
I'm barely in combat anyways, Josh.
True. Well, that's because yours running away, though. That's not.
Well, it's the signature technique of the Knight of the Rose.
So there's a regular compound bow. It does 1d6 + 1. Is that what your old one did?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. 1d6 + 1.
You're like a Gare Latin or Jack Sparrow.
Okay.
How much does it weigh?
Weighs exactly half what your old bow did.
Nice.
There are also arrows for it, like a dozen arrows for it. They're a little bit shorter than the bow, so they're a little bit longer than the arrows that you have. They're made. There's only 12, but they're stainless steel, and they do +4 damage. And you can, if you don't critically fail when you shoot them, you can, because if you critically fail, they'll be damaged basically.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, you can. If you know what you shoot them in, and you don't miss, you can get them back. I mean, obviously, if you miss, you can sort of go and look for them. But
what's so these guys went up the rope. Did anyone ever go down the rope?
Nope.
Let's go down the rope.
Down the rope. Are you awake now?
Yes.
if you're above 0, you're automatically
Yeah.
awake. Yeah. All right, Ruben, you're awake. Congratulations. How do you feel?
I saved you.
Like my vagina just got chomped on.
True.
Not too bad then.
I feel that I feel that, you know, every Friday night, you know, that's what I go through on Fridays, getting my vagina chomped on.
They sell Summer's Fresh at the local store.
Yeah, it's good. Because you know what? A douche is a really good thing. Sometimes you just don't feel fresh.
When your vagina is a mashed potato.
Yeah. just spritz it on there. It's like a tropical rain for your vagoo, you know. Okay. So yeah. You are going down the
rope.
Okay. So you go down the rope. So you're going down past the wolf thing. You're going down below.
Camp Wolf.
Camp Wolf.
There's more wolves.
Wolfenstein. Yeah.
There's wolves.
Herr Doctor.
That shoot bees out of their mouths.
Oh, and do I need to roll dex because I don't have climbing?
Nope.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's 11 on 11.
Well, you get +3 to climb the rope, because remember I said it's lumpy? Yeah. So, it goes down like this, and at the bottom of the, there's machinery in here. And in the middle of the rope keeps on going, and there's a well. And the well is like brick.
Well. What have we here?
And it seems strange that there's a well because it's like in the middle of the ship.
Is it water?
You can't see any water. You don't know how far. I mean, you can drop something down there if you want to drop something down and see what happens.
You want to drop a wolf? I have some extra.
You should drop Ruben down there. He's got Daredevil. He gets +2.
Is there like any loose bricks or big chunks of something in this room?
Not really.
Well,
no, it's machinery.
I get the lantern from up there and I drop it down.
Okay. So you drop it down. It drops until it goes out of sight without hitting anything.
I am so sick and tired of this. I climb back up.
You don't want to go down there?
I don't want to
go
down.
That goes down there though.
Last time this happened, we went downstairs for like 19 hours.
Yeah.
Well, there's a theme.
Yeah.
There's a theme going on. Oh, and I should also tell you that as the
deep holes.
Yeah, especially when I'm getting my vagina chopped on. I could also tell you that as it fell, as the lamp fell, as it got deeper, the light that the lantern was making got dark red, and then it disappeared.
I'm not going down there, guys.
Yeah.
I owe you one, but it's not this one.
There's roses. You can smell the roses.
I go down. Am
I able to use True Sight on it? Or was that just for people?
Oh, you can definitely use True Sight on it.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So roll. Roll on your holy skill, I think, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you use 2 fatigue points.
Okay.
Whether you pass or not.
I failed. I won.
All right. You still have no.
Like, that is definitely a hole.
Yeah, that's a hole. I really suck at this thing.
Yeah. No, it's good. You're learning, you know. Yeah.
So you guys want to make camp? Rest up?
You want to go down the well?
Are we feeling like pulled into it? Like, oh.
Definitely not. If anything, you're feeling scared to go down the well.
Oh.
Josh is like, fuck yeah. The well is my home.
Yeah. We'll go visit Daddy down there.
Yeah. He would like some sausage.
My dad is dead.
Get back down there.
He's undead.
With his undead sausage.
Oh god.
Wow.
That
far. Too far.
Oh please, you're talking about mashed potato vaginas.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, you were talking about mashed potato vaginas.
Well, someone else mentioned it.
No, you were the first person that came out of the mashed potatoes, I think. But that's okay.
No,
we'll just gloss right over
it. It totally wasn't me.
Alright, so what are we doing next now?
Camping at the Gate of Hell.
Camping at the Gate of Hell? Yeah, Gates of Torment is actually what it actually is. So, yeah.
Okay. I'll volunteer to take first watch.
I bet.
Okay.
Should we sleep like this to help you out?
They don't know that.
Right, I'm just telling you.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah. I'm sleeping. Is there anything special that you want to do? Like climb down the well?
No. John.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there, you know.
I'm going to.
Drop a grenade down the well.
Drop a grenade.
Oh, I do have this still too.
Ooh.
Are you drop a grenade? Are you actually going to drop a grenade down there?
No, I'm going to remove an eye.
I'm going to. Whatever listens to my.
You're going to remove one of the wolf's eyes?
Yes.
Okay.
And how long does that take me? Or I'll just roll on my surgery.
Roll on your surgery skill.
Minus. How often can I use the True Sight?
-1. As many times as you want.
I'm gonna try again before I go to bed.
Okay.
Where is one?
Yes.
Okay, so it takes another 2 fatigue points off ya.
So 2, so 3.
It's
10 on 11.
10, sorry?
10 on 11.
Okay, so I'll get to you in a second. So before you go to bed, you sort of look down the well. Whatever is down there is really old. and is so like overwhelmingly inviting and not inviting at the same time. There's just like there's this like a sense of like quiet confidence. I guess it's difficult because the way that true sight kind of works is that if you can't actually see what you're looking at, you get emotional like flashes of emotional connection. Yeah, so there's like definitely immense power, old power. You would even say like you get like flashes of like what you would perceive to be like the birth of the planet type of energy, like the birth of something like the birth of evil. Maybe there's a lot of evil down there as well, but it's like the power is so unwavering that it is almost like there's a comfort to it. You know, like it's like yes, exactly. Like it's like when you're in like awe and complete horror are almost like the same thing. Acceptance. Yeah, because you're like that like if you had it up in your face that you would literally there's nothing you could do and you would just accept your fate. Yeah. So there's sort of like a quiet comfort to that. But it is definitely
that's some hard nihilism, John.
Yeah. Well, the boat has some pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff in it. Yeah, okay. So
9/11.
Okay, so you cut the wolf's eye out.
Okay.
And you put it in your eye socket. Cool. So it's a yellow eye.
Wait, what?
And yeah.
Natural instinct here is.
But I mean, you can't see out of it.
No.
Well, at least now you can. At the moment, you can.
Okay.
You like stick it in. You know, you can't really sew it into your face.
Yeah.
You know, you can sew your eyelid around it so that it kind of keeps it in place, but you can't really you can't see to attach the the optic nerve to your eye, and it's not even the same species. But yes, you put it in there.
I'm going to drink the wolf blood then.
Okay.
And then jump down the well.
Okay. You drink the wolf blood, and the eye fuses with your optic nerve.
Okay.
You now have when you look through that eye, you can basically see in the dark.
Cool.
Is it black and white?
Yeah. Neat. It's just like a regular wolf's eye, except
I'm going to
it sees in complete darkness.
Okay. So I'm going to rebandage my head. Well, that part, so my eye isn't showing.
What do you mean?
Well, I had bandages over my face before that part of my face to cover that eye. So I'm going to put them back on.
Okay, so you're going to hide it.
Yes.
Basically. Okay, good enough.
Good job, Kakashi-sensei.
If everyone wakes up in the morning and is like, yo, what happened there? I can't just be like,
I think everybody knows you're fucked up.
Oh, yeah, but...
you're still pretending you're not fucked up.
No, but I mean, they don't know how fucked up.
Yeah.
I know how fucked up. Yes.
Well,
I'm pretty sure I don't even know how fucked up.
You don't even know the half of it. Yeah. It'll take a good few sessions before you have to start rolling.
Neat. Glad I have half-decent that.
Yeah, you should be okay for a while. It just depends on what decisions you make. Okay, so you stay up all night. You don't wake anyone else up. You just stay up all night and be like in the morning, everyone wakes up rested.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys wake up and it's like morning.
Full fatigue.
And he's just still sitting there.
Are you staring at the well?
No.
He's in the well. He's like,
yeah.
He's filled it with his own spooge, and he's just like floating in it.
John, I'm peeing into the well to assert my dominance.
Right.
Finally.
Over the ancient power.
You didn't wake me up for watch, bro. You okay?
Yeah.
I got a lot of sinking to do. Sinking.
I was well rested from last night.
Okay.
It's all good.
It's fine.
I give him the stink eye.
I'm gonna choose.
I don't trust
the
you
stink
anymore. The stink eye. I don't trust him anymore.
What are you doing? You're doing
a true sight of me.
True sight at him.
Yeah.
It's pretty much exactly the same as it was the first time that you.
I failed though.
Oh, did
every
you?
Time. This is the first time
okay.
I passed.
I thought, yeah, okay. So it seems like he's conflicted.
No, you passed one time.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. So he feels like he's conflicted. There is like it's like the light and the dark in him are wrestling, and he doesn't even know that he's fighting. That's basically the easiest way to put it. It's like the light side of him is fighting for him, but he doesn't even know that that battle is happening. He sort of is ambivalent to how he is, and it definitely seems like he's more in touch with the darkness in him, but the light side is basically, the light side is holding equal without trying. Like, it's just like sitting there like holding a door shut like this, and the darkness side is like smashing on the door trying to get out, and he's just like holding it, it's like as if he's holding it closed without even knowing he's holding it closed. That's the easiest way to describe like what you see.
What's the most complicated way to describe what she sees?
Oh, well, it's like having like a vagina full of potatoes.
Oh, okay.
That's how it feels.
I get it.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Are you keeping that harpoon?
It has your eye on it.
No, I have the harpoon gun still, or whatever you.
So just to let you know, the weapon, it's a lance.
Cool.
Like that's what it is. It's like a lance. It's a huge bone. Like you played what's that game you were talking about with Ivy in it? Soul Calibur. You know the Soul Calibur? It's like that sword with that big, and it's got an eye on it, and it's like that big bone. It's sort of like that, except it's no eye, and it's like it's a mandible, but it goes from like the jaw where it would connect to the head, the skull is like the wide part, and then the mandible like goes. I can sort of draw it for you.
So it's not a Final Fantasy Dragoon lance?
No, it's like sort of like this. And this end has been sharpened, and then there's like...
Wait, this guy was chucking them at me?
No. He had a spear gun.
Oh, okay.
He had like a bow, or like a spear gun that he was shooting spears at you. This is a lance.
Neat.
So it's got like a... Yeah, it's like this, and it's like...
It's like a fat...
And this is like... This is sharpened here. And like there's like an indentation here that's full of mashed potatoes. So this side here, this is sharp, so it can be used like a lance. This side is sharp, so it can be used like a sword. And this has just like
serrated,
like serrated, yeah.
So is it like 5 feet long?
Like 8 feet long.
Jesus.
Well, this part here is 5 feet long, like five.
How would you carry that around
long,
without harming
and
yourself?
this is like 2.5 feet long.
How much does it weigh?
It weighs about 15 pounds.
Okay. Yeah, not gonna hang. Does anybody want this?
Are there charms on it?
Yeah, there's charms all up and down it.
Snakes and charms.
You can remove charms from it, for sure.
Yeah, remove a couple charms.
Cool.
Okay, do you know which ones you want to remove?
No, I don't know what... Well, could I roll on a cult? No, I guess not. I don't really know what they do.
Well, you can try rolling on holy.
You can roll on holy.
Sense what they do.
Haha, 9 on 10.
Okay, so it takes 2 fatigue points.
Okay.
And you can sense that some of them are unholy and some of them are holy.
Well, I want to grab a couple of holy ones.
Okay.
And here's my charm list.
So there's one that looks like a little anchor.
Okay.
And a little bone anchor, and you can take that one off. And there's one that looks like a little, like a fan of cards. A little fan of cards, and you can take that one as well. Those are the 2 ones that are holy.
Okay, so fan of cards, of course, attaching to my glove, and the anchor to my boot.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm so happy.
Yeah? Roses start growing out of your nostrils.
Yeah, that's how you know I'm happy.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So what do you guys want to do next? We've got about 25 minutes. So we've still got enough that we can play a little bit more. There's not really, unless you guys fuck up big time, there shouldn't be any more combat for a little while. So
I fight Josh.
Okay. What do you want to do? How do you want to fight him?
I want to fight him with my emotions.
Okay. Battle of Wills.
I'm gonna watch this fight with my true sight on and see their 2 emotions collide.
They look like they want to Cuddle.
I have a big ghillie suit for you guys to
cuddle in.
It's not peed on by wolves yet.
Oh, yeah.
Just peed on by
You don't know what I did while you guys were asleep. That was not the rules.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do? Where do you want to go? What's the plan?
I'm going to...
if you need to, like, if there's anything else that you want to, like...
I'm going to, like, search around.
Okay, so what do you want to search around for, or where are you going to search, like in the boxes?
There's the box of Russian symbols.
Yep. So you open the box of Russian symbols, and it's full of harpoons. Like spears. Sorry, it's full of spears.
Josh have a mini PTSD attack?
Yeah,
I pee on the spears to assert my dominance.
They're the spears that were like shot into you for sure.
I just kind of like I sideshow Bob when I see the spear.
Okay. So there's a bunch of other boxes. There's boxes that have cans of anchovies and sardines, like sealed food. There are large plastic, like olive jug. What are those things called? Like barrels of, like the ones you get like Crinos olives from in the store. Those big plastic things, and they're full of whale blubber. And there is, you guys find a flare gun, if that interests anyone with flares. That's something interesting. It's like a gun that shoots these gigantic shotgun shells.
I'll stick that in my bag.
Okay. It weighs 2 pounds.
Cool.
It has 5 flares.
Flies not fucking around.
Oh man, there's somewhere, I think there's like a dead mouse somewhere in my walls, because I go away for a few hours, I come home and there's like 100 flies, and I suck them all to the vacuum cleaner and then they come back again.
It might be because your compost is right there.
There's nothing in there.
Oh.
I don't recycle. I just I can throw everything in the garbage. No, I'm kidding. I don't use that. I have
5 flares with it?
5 flares, yeah. So if you, I guess you don't need to. You don't want to take any traps or anything like that.
They're too heavy.
Okay.
Well, let's have a quick breakfast and then head off.
Okay.
Fried up blubber.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be eating the fish, but if you want the blubber,
I'll be sustained for days.
That's right.
Fry the fish in the blubber.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
double down.
With some olives and anchovies.
Yeah.
Oh god, salt.
I take.
My character develops gout.
Again? Did you know if you go to Metro or whatever, you can get these it's called cod bits or cod strips, and if you look on the thing, it says it contains 890% of your daily sodium intake. It's got 2,160 milligrams of salt.
It's like a cup of ramen.
Yeah, so good. I'm still bummed that your brother doesn't give me discounts on food when I go there. He just give me a printout of fake frigging thing, here, it's 29 cents for this whole trout. Anyway, I digress. So you eat your food, you're all well rested. Does anyone else need healing before you go away? Is everyone maxed out or full, or how are you doing there, Joshua? Are you good? You got full health and everything? You're good? Okay. How about everyone else?
Full health.
You good? You full?
Still at 7
Out of
12.
Well, there you go. You gotta ask him for healing.
Oh yeah, by the way,
you don't want to be white.
Did I gain any hit points back when I drank the wolf blood? So I'm at 7 now.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Nothing.
Cool. I got my eye back. That's all that matters.
Well, you got an eye back.
Well, I got a better eye.
Sure.
I upgraded.
Yeah, completely.
Except that you only see out of one eye until you reveal yourself.
It's fucking.
You should just get. You should just make the gauze over your eye really light so you can see through it.
Or get an opaque monocle, like a sunglass monocle.
Or just cut out both your eyes.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, you can still shoot then too.
No, I'm probably next town we go to gonna get those John Steampunk sunglasses that like
Will Smith sunglasses with the things on this with the
things on the sides.
Put some charms on that.
Yeah.
Could I get some
frosted lucky ones?
Right?
Yes, you can. It will cost you all of your blood.
Oh. Are you going to take a vial of blood when you heal him?
Can I use my sleight of hand to like just make it look like I'm doing surgery type shit?
Sure.
And then take the blood like.
Sure.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna heal him first, and then. So 10 on 14. Or
you're healed.
Yep.
See, it would be better for you to like take it before you heal him, because basically, if you like do it after you heal him, then he's not at full anymore.
Well, I was doing it while.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay.
In
so
the process,
did you pass your sleight of hand?
I didn't roll my sleight of hand yet. Oh, I just passed it.
I don't want to let you anywhere near me.
How many vials do you take? How much did you overheal him? You rolled 10, and he was at 7.
He was at 7. Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you can take. You rolled 10, so you can take 5 vials.
Cool. That's what I'm doing.
All right. There you go.
So which way are we gonna go?
Let's keep going the way we were originally trekking. And really try not to get injured now.
Okay. Yeah. So you continue heading in this direction here.
Yep.
You head this way for maybe 15 minutes or so, and you can hear underneath the ice, you can hear water. And as you continue, the sound of the water gets louder and louder. And then you can taste and sort of feel seawater. There's like mist of seawater in the air as you're getting further ahead. And then eventually you stop because there's a gigantic, in front of you is like, it looks like kind of like this. And so here's the walls of the cavern, kind of like this. And obviously this is not to size, right? This is longer, but and you sort of stop here, and there are like the stalagmites are look like teeth, and then pouring over the edges between the teeth is underneath the ice is like the ice is cracked and broken around these stalagmites. These stalagmites are made of stone instead of ice, and then pouring out down this huge chasm here is a huge waterfall.
It's a whale.
So as you look down, this is a slow kind of, it's like a hole in the middle, really. Like that. And so the water is pouring down into here. And as you look down into the hole, you can see the mast of an old wooden sailing vessel sticking out. And it's the water is pouring down over top of it. And as you look around this corner here, there are little archways that head like that. And this is this is no longer ice. This is rock, a rock face, and it gets thinner and thinner as it goes down. But even at its skinniest point, it's still 25 feet wide. This is huge.
So the archways lead out to.
You don't know, but I mean the archways this is the end of the chasm. There's no other way to go anywhere else in the chasm other than in one of these things, or you could potentially figure out if there's some sort of way that you could go down if you wanted to go down into the ship.
Well, I'm going to use the optic of my crossbow to kind of survey the ship.
So the ship, the water's not pouring onto the ship?
Yeah, it's pouring the ship is maybe 1/4 of the ship is above the water. You can maybe see that you can't really see how much of the ship because there's a lot of foam and but yeah, there's only some of the ship that's above the water, and of course the forecastle and and like the masts are sticking up, and you can see. So when you're looking down, you're looking down. Can you roll on it?
9 on 13.
9 on 13. Okay, so you can look down. You can't really see much. You do see that it looks like maybe there's something shining or glinting in the crow's nest.
Yeah.
Of
the harpoon goes through my head.
Yeah, right.
A snake jumps out, bites.
Yeah, in the groin.
Snake flies out of the harpoon.
Yeah, harpoon snake. So you can look down. Yeah, you can see, like I said, you can see something like glinting or shining in the crow's nest. When you look down each of the little holes, you can't see into them much more than maybe a foot. Quite dark, you see. Quite dark inside. Go ahead, Josh. What would you like to do? I mean, you're the leader, right? Obviously.
Apparently.
Anything anyone else would like to do?
Well, let's go to the archway. We're not that far from it.
Okay. Well, there's lots of archways. I mean, they go all the way around, little archways.
Let's go to the first one.
Do you go to the first one? So so you go to the first one, you poke your head in. It looks like to be like a little scoop, like a little cave. It's not very big. It maybe goes back about 35, 40 feet. And it looks like it was maybe, it's got like a little raised sleeping platform. And it's all made out of, this whole place is made out of the same like smooth limestone of the cathedral.
So it's a cell.
Yeah, but it doesn't have, like, when you look at the front, there's no holes as if it didn't have like a portcullis at the front. No. It was just like completely smooth, as if maybe someone
like a monk cell.
Yeah, exactly.
Want to check the rest of them out in order?
I'm gonna walk with my bow drawn.
Okay. Just to know that usually bows have a minimum. Just to let you know, like, bows have a minimum distance. Like you can't like walk around a corner and if someone's like 2 feet away, like shooting a bow.
Maybe I will just walk with a knife then.
Yeah. Yeah. So you are. So you're in the lead.
I guess so.
Okay. So you're just checking all of these in here.
Yeah.
You every once in a while, I mean, as you're looking, I'm not going to tell you what's in all of them because they're all very similar. Every once in a while, when you look in here, you find a skeleton on one of the pallets. You also find every once in a while, you find like an oil skin bundle, and if you open it up, it's got like a bunch of like religious documents inside it. Mm-hmm. So you'd assume that it's probably, like you said, like sort of like for aesthetics to kind of get away and meditate or study, so you keep on going through them all as you go. When you get to around the back here, there's one large one and the smaller ones on either side of it. The large one you can see at the back of the hole. There is, or the back of the cave, I guess. There is an altar with a broken cross on it. And right in front of the altar, there's a hole, and there's no ladder or rope or anything, but there's just a hole going down. This one hole on the left here, when you get to the back of it, it looks like there is a freshly dug tunnel. Very, very small, about the width of like person crawling or wiggling, and it seems to be like it looks like it looks like whatever dug the stone like it was earth.
Could I use survival to see if I can figure out what made this hole?
Yep.
7. Nope.
Yeah. It looks like animal scratchings, but it doesn't make any sense because, like I said, it looks like an animal dug the hole, but as if it was like, it looks like it was a dirt hole, but you can clearly touch the edges and it's limestone. Would you like to do you want to take your gun out, maybe?
Yeah, I
just
take it out and
okay.
put it back away.
Okay,
cool. Yeah, you know what's in there. You know what's in there.
Flash your piece. Like.
Joshua?
I'm going to check out the altar.
Okay.
Is it defiled?
It looks like it's being broken.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no holy light here.
No.
But yeah, all the cells are pretty much the same. There's nothing really all remarkable. Like I said, it's not really. It's more of a design appearance thing than really anything of use to you. Unless you decide that you want to become a monk, then this would be an awesome place to live through the rest of your days.
So there's like, I'm gonna try and look down the hole in front of the altar.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Get on your knees.
Yeah, you should get on your knees. You have to get a little closer to look down. It's the light around you is like interfering with your ability to look down. You can't have like stick your head down the hole to look, to see more clearly. Okay. You can't stop smiling. No, I'm just kidding. There's nothing wrong. I'm just fucking with you. We're all just fucking with you.
Okay.
So you look down the hole. It's dark. You can't really see much down there.
Okay. Well, I'm actually going to kneel down, get kind of close to the thing, and move the bandages so I can use my wolf's eye.
Okay. Okay.
Wolves.
Yeah. You look down. You look down the pit, and at the bottom of the pit, you can see there is someone's laid a trap.
Oh, cool.
And it looks fairly new. It looks like it looks like a spear trap.
Is it pointing right at your face?
It's one of those like it's not like a
yuck.
What happened?
I was just like
yeah, okay, so you can see there's a spear trap at the bottom there. And you can see the trigger mechanism. It looks like if you try to climb down there's like handholds, like a natural ladder built in, climbing down the inside. And you see that once you climb down, you clearly see, because I mean you can see everything. There's no shadows to you anymore. Everything is completely like seeable. You can see that there's a trap down there.
Cool. Going to just I can't see anything.
Oh, like that. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Why don't you go first, Jim?
Okay. Hold on up a new character sheet.
No. Okay. So we'll keep exploring.
Okay, so you crawling down there, or what's the plan? Well, I don't know where else you're gonna go. So you want to shimmy down that hole? You want to shimmy down that tunnel?
No.
Okay.
No.
There's nowhere other way to go. You can dive into the water. Dive, dodge, duck, and dive.
How far down is the ship?
Maybe like 75 feet, maybe something like that. It's like diveable. You know, if you're swimming, you can dive down in there. Dive, duck,
well, I
dodge.
do have I have that rope we found earlier. It's about 20 feet.
Okay, 75-foot drop.
Yep.
You gonna go for the
I'm gonna do a backflip.
Okay.
Into the water or into that hole?
Into the water.
I remember once when Renee did a backflip down. Like he jumped down a pit and then he fell down and broke his legs at the bottom. He was "What happened?" I'm like, "You fucking dive down a pit. What do you expect's gonna happen?" Like he didn't look, he didn't do anything.
Okay. What do you want me to roll on?
Oh, you don't have to roll. You're just diving into the water, man. You're all good. You're just swimming, right?
Yeah.
No, roll swimming. That's probably a good thing to have. But yeah, that's
boom.
Beauty. There you go. You dive in the water. Are you still encumbered?
Mildly, yeah.
Okay, so you sink.
Okay.
But I mean, you can swim up against the. But if you just dive, you don't float up. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You actively okay, so you swim up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can grab hold of the edge of the ship if you want to.
What I do.
Okay.
I climb onto the ship.
Okay.
Come on in, guys. The water's fine.
I can't swim, you idiot.
Yeah. She's calling me the idiot. She can't swim.
Yeah, seriously. She can't stay conscious either. So.
Are you on the boat now?
Yeah.
Well, he's like hanging on to the side.
Oh,
I climb up.
You climb up?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your climbing?
Hey. You want me to take it away from me?
No.
Right.
That's the precious.
Yeah. Josh?
I'm thinking.
Ruben?
Guys, I'm on a boat.
Well, you think you're on a boat.
I believe I'm on.
Well, no, you're on a boat, but you think you're on a boat. You might not be on a boat anymore. You might be just on a boat.
That's true, but I don't know.
You're on a mostly submersed
boat. She thinks that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You still think you're on a boat?
I still assume I'm on a boat.
Okay, cool. So fair enough. Is there anything you'd like to do, Joshua?
I'm not going to the boat.
I don't know about the shiny thing in the crow's nest.
Oh yeah, no, I'll point that out to you.
You can like shoot your harpoon across to it and like slide across and grab it.
What's your plan with your boat? It's a mostly submerged boat.
I wanted to check it out. I haven't done anything much today.
Ouch. Yeah. So what are you gonna do?
I look around.
Okay. Well, is anyone else going on the boat, or you guys all gonna hang out?
I'm
just chilling.
I'm like taking point with my crossbow and watching him to make sure nothing fucking tries to ambush him.
Take out my knuckles and just kind of explore the boat.
I'm just gonna punch this boat.
Well, you could, if you want to get up to the crow's nest, you have to climb.
Okay.
If you don't have climbing, then you can roll on Dex -3.
Okay. +1 for my gloves, so Dex -2. I have the shark skin gloves.
Correct.
That's correct.
I will allow that. Just remind me of these things. It's important.
8, 11. Oh, fell by 2.
You're sort of like start to climb and then you slide back down.
Okay.
You can try again.
Yeah, I'm gonna try again.
Okay, so you have to roll. The mast is 60 feet high. So you have to climb. You have to roll climbing 6 times. No, 5 times.
Okay. Well, I hope I don't. I'm gonna look around a little bit more first.
Okay.
See what else is there.
Well, there's a ship's wheel.
Okay.
That looks like it's still attached in the thing, and then there's a you can go like into the cabin, into the captain's quarters, but the captain, like, while you can open the door to the captain's quarters, the rest of the captain's quarters is underwater.
Okay. Is the water fairly clear?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take a little swim.
Okay. So you swim into the water.
Okay.
Are you opening your eyes underwater?
Yeah.
Okay, it's salt water. So you can't see very much. It hurts like fucking crazy. Even though it's clear, it is quite salty, and it's So you can't see very much. Roll on your.
Hell?
No, let's say perception.
Nope.
Did you critically fail?
I did not.
It looked like you almost.
4, 6, 6. I came very close to.
Okay, you're having difficulty remembering like where to go to like swim back out, because you're kind of like swimming around in the captain's quarters, and like so you're sort of panicking a little bit, but you're not running out of oxygen yet. You can roll again on perception to see if you can. Okay, Google.
I have to change my voice.
Okay, Google.
Even.
Okay, you managed to find your way out. You don't find anything when you're in there though.
Okay.
It's kind of difficult to see.
Is there anything else around the ship?
Well, the rest of the ship is underwater, so you can.
Is there anything else in this neighborhood, or am I just kind of stuck down here?
You're kind of stuck down here.
Oh shoot!
Hey
guys!
We're gonna stop there because it's 9:30. It's a good place to stop. Yeah.
I'm going to turn into Captain Jack Sparrow.
You already are. You run away from most fights. You're